Hello there, bipedal mammals. My name is Zeekfreak, and I'm holding out for a hero. Joining me today are my usual cohorts, Kevin, the man without a plan, and Saradin, demolitions expert. And together we're going to figure out why raspberries are so fucking expensive these days. Welcome to the Bakagaijinshow.
Nice! Last episode reference.
We didn't discuss any of this before starting. I don't know shit about raspberries.
Oh,
Or
dude. We last episode there's just a guy going off about how expensive raspberries are.
Yeah, it was funny, I'll give it that.
Did he start?
Oh, yeah.
Did he preface it with, you know what really grinds my gears?
No, it was an unpopular opinion thing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, because berries are extremely expensive, and part of the reason is because of how difficult they are to farm. But there.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You should listen to the last episode, it was great.
Yep. We had a good time, but we're gonna have a better time this week, maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. Probably less screaming. Unfortunately, there are people in my home now.
I can fix that. Ah!
There we go. Yep.
That's crying, not screaming.
It's a strong emotion. It's a strong emotional reaction.
Anyway, welcome back, everyone. We're doing another episode all together.
Welcome back, Saradin. You were gone last week.
Yes, I was. Sorry, it was my birthday, and people were constantly taking me out for celebrations, so I could not be here.
Hey, that's
I was
cool.
at a card game tournament. I was at a card game tournament on Saturday, and two people bought me meals. Somebody bought me pho for lunch, and then I had yakiniku and I almost said takamori. I had takamori for dinner.
You had takamori, hot damn.
I had takamori for dinner. No, I had
Happy fucking birthday.
takoyaki for dinner.
Yeah.
Okay.
On top of yakiniku. So I had
That
a
does
very
sound
nice
really
dinner. Yeah, it was. It was fantastic. If you got $160 laying around, you should try it. Anyway,
Not many people
well,
do.
that was a meal. Well, that was, to be fair, that was a meal for 3 people. We bought some of the most expensive shit on the menu, and we also had dessert, and appetizers. So 160 really isn't unreasonable for the quality of food we got.
Okay.
And that's also including the tip, which my uncle splurged and went way higher on the tip because our waitress was. Let's be honest here, our waitress was cute.
Yeah.
Solid 8 out of 10.
I didn't see her. I have no opinion.
She was from Kentucky, apparently.
Huh.
People from Kentucky can be cute.
Yeah, she was quite cute.
Well, I am not
I don't
personally from Kentucky. I'm from Missouri.
It's a new one to me too.
Yep. Anyway, welcome back to the show. Kevin, what have you been up to since last time?
Well, probably the most interesting, and by interesting I mean infuriating, thing that I have had to contend with in the last week is eventful. That's a good word for it.
Because we all know that Kevin's life needs more events.
Not like this, it doesn't. Oh yeah, I love having to completely restart my laptop from fucking scratch because the Windows update fucking ruined everything. Yeah, no. So, yeah, Windows update once again. Like, I swear I turned it off. I turned Windows Update off. Because, like, okay, so what happened was, so I mentioned this a few weeks ago, but my laptop had to go into System Restore and restore from a previous point, like, a few weeks ago. And this last week, it failed to boot up correctly and had to go into the Restore menu again. So I'm like, okay, maybe System Restore will fucking do something. System Restore did nothing. It didn't even work correctly. And it fucked up a bunch of shit to the point where my laptop was unusable. So I tried a variety of things before I decided to just nuke this damn thing. But, like, everything just nothing was fixing the problem, and everything was just, like, fucked in various, like, new ways every single time. So, I had to nuke my entire laptop as, like, just, like, factory reset. And, so, I had to factory reset, had to reinstall everything. Turns out it was not the NVIDIA drivers that was the problem, it was the Windows update. So what happened was, Mike, I didn't mention this to you last night, but last night right before I got on to play Halo with you, my laptop actually failed boot up again. And, like, I was starting to panic and get, like, mad because I'm like, don't you fucking dare. I just fixed you. But what happened was it finally, only after a fresh fucking boot did the system finally figure out, oh, the last Windows update fucked up the startup process. So we just decided to uninstall that update, and we're going to postpone it for 30 days so Microsoft can fucking fix it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if Microsoft hasn't fixed it in the next 30 days, it'll postpone it again for another 30 days until it's finally fixed. So, yeah. And
Small indie company.
Small indie company Microsoft, yep. And
What do you think they call it? Microsoft. Come on.
yeah. Thankfully, I didn't really have very much on my laptop that was irreplaceable that I can't just download again. So, like, the clean boot was more a hassle than, like, you know, this dramatic, you know, horrifying event that had to take place.
Not me pictures of me mama.
Yeah, no, I didn't have anything of that sort on here. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to do. So yeah, I had to factory.
Do you have
reset
pictures
the
of
file.
other people's BMOS?
No.
Yeah.
No.
What's up? Yeah.
No.
I didn't know you were into grannies, man.
I'm not.
Yeah. We're discovering weird things about Kevin
You
lately.
are just making shit up at this point. You are just
You're one of those people
creating
that voted
fan
for the new
fiction of
Mountain
me.
Dew flavor, aren't you?
He shed a single tear when the Queen died, let me tell you.
Stop it.
He was everyone's grandma.
God, fuck. Anyway,
We're gonna miss that crazy ass white girl so much.
Yes, we will.
damn girl, rest in power. You girl boss those indigenous people harder than anybody else.
Honestly, icon, legend status.
But yeah,
I saw a great video, by the way. It was just of an old lady tied to the chest of a skydiver, and they were getting ready to jump out the plane, and it just said Queen Elizabeth after she won in the gulag.
Remember fucking during one of the Olympics, fucking Daniel Craig just like dropped it down with her on a rope.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I remember that.
That was actually kind
fucking
of cool.
James Bond himself lowering the Queen.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what?
They should have played the fucking Bond theme then.
Should have.
Honestly, I'm not a fan of James Bond or the monarchy, but that was still a pretty hype moment, I'm not gonna lie.
Hype.
Man, you just have like the worst fucking taste, don't you? How
Top
can you
5
not be a
hype
fan?
moments in the Olympics.
I was gonna say like
I'm not a fan of the Olympics either, I just thought it was cool.
Jesus Christ! Doesn't like sports, doesn't like competition, doesn't like the Queen. I mean, it's fine if you don't like the Queen. I understand the reasons to not like the Queen.
Yeah.
But like, you don't like James Bond? I need you to leave your man card at the desk. You'll get it back when you're ready.
I don't know, man. I watched like 25 minutes of Casino Royale and fell asleep. I'm sorry.
Oh no, we need to give these more tries. Also, if you're gonna do Bond films, you need to start with like not Casino Royale. It's a great film. Don't get me wrong. It's a great film, not just a great Bond film. But there are other ones that are more exciting and have better pacing.
I feel like the best Bond film, like just like to get a feel for the franchise at large, is probably GoldenEye.
Yes,
No,
that
what-
movie is fantastic from start to finish. It
Now,
is
what's-
everything, and it's more. It's a nice middle ground between the more serious Craig films and the more goofy and satirical, or the more goofy, like
Roger
over the
Moore
top
movies,
writing
yeah.
of like the original Ian Fleming novels. So like, you know, you still have characters with ridiculous names and you have ridiculously over the top stunts, but it's all grounded in extremely realistic, like post Cold War tensioned world. So,
speaking
it's
of
very-
Ian Fleming,
very
though, I do
interesting.
have. I did read a Bond book once.
Oh, okay.
Which one did you read?
One of the Young Bonds, I think the first one.
Oh, I actually have original copies. I have original copies of several of the dime novels that were in my dad's collection.
Oh,
Yeah, I think-
nice.
So
I
I've
think
read
this one-
Casino
it's over-
Royale, I've read
over there
Doctor
somewhere.
No, I've read Goldfinger.
Yeah, I think this. I don't know if this was written by Ian Fleming. It was like a Scholastic Young Bond series.
Probably
I think this one's
not.
called. I
Yeah.
think this one's. I think it's called Silverfish. I don't know. I don't remember it very well. I remember it taught me what the Endocrime system was, though. So that's cool.
If you want an actual interesting teen fiction book series to do about spies, read the Alex Rider Adventures.
Mm.
If you've never read them, it's a very the only similarities there are to James Bond is the fact that there is a teenage spy in the movie, but what it is that he's working for MI6, but it's a specific branch of MI6 that does a lot of really shady off the books work.
Yeah.
Which is why they're able to employ a teenager. His uncle was Alex's uncle was an MI6 agent, and his front and his mask was that he was a banker. And his entire life, he'd been subtly training Alex to be a spy when he grew up and became of age.
Yeah.
So like doing things like taking him on high adventure, rock climbing, learning how to fly seaplanes, learning martial arts, hand-to-hand combat, weapons training, things like that. And he just thought he had a cool uncle that was taking him out to do all kinds of cool shit. What he didn't know was that he was grooming him to become an MI6 agent. Well, his uncle gets murdered, and Alex, in his tenacity, find out the truth that by digging and bypassing a bunch of security. And then MI6 finds out that he's onto them, so they blackmail him. Now that his uncle is gone, his parents died, and the only thing keeping him out of an orphanage is his home's caretaker, who is American and here on a visa. So they threaten to revoke her visa, send her home, and send Alex to an orphanage for the last 4 years of his childhood, if he doesn't work for them. Well, he cares deeply about this person, so he decides to go work for them, and they send him to his first mission is essentially becoming a beta tester for a new computer system called Stormbreaker. What isn't told is that the person doing it is essentially using it to he's selling all of these computer systems to schools, and the purpose is to completely change education and essentially start using media to influence the next generation of people to essentially work under his mantras, basically brainwashing. And so, but the only way they can get an agent in close enough to test the computers and see what's really going on and to confirm the suspicions is to hire a teenager. Well, obviously he's equipped for the job, but make no mistake, this is not MI6 as it's depicted in Bond. It is not a righteous organization interested in world peace. These people are scum. The branch of MI6 he ends up getting work for are literally blackmailing him, will not give him a gun, gives him no backup, and absolutely does everything underhanded. Like he is not there because he wants to be. He is there because he has no choice, and they are forcing him to do this work for them. And so, like, the first book is very interesting. The second book is probably the best in the series, called Point Blank. They made a series based on Alex Rider on Amazon. Would recommend checking out sometime. It's actually it's the setup and the character building and it's the first half of the first book mixed with, but instead of sending him off to the Stormbreaker project, they send him off to Point Blank. So it's the second half of the second book fused together seamlessly, and it's honestly a pretty good show. But anyway, I would recommend, if you're interested in some interesting teen fiction, I would honestly recommend looking it up. What's the guy? Anthony Horowitz is the author. It's one of the few book series I finished to completion.
Yeah,
Nice.
when I was a kid, the Alex Rider books were incredibly fucking popular. So,
Yep.
I do recall that much.
Well, they marketed it as Teenage James Bond, but when you actually read them, it's a lot darker than that.
Yeah,
because it's a lot darker than that. Because again, he doesn't want to be there. He's doing it because they're literally blackmailing him.
Man, young adult fiction can go so fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's like the best part about young adult fiction. It's like it's definitely a big step up from, like, you know, children's books, because children's books are stuff like, here's how you eat pancakes and shit like that.
Yes, I remember my children's educational novel, like How to Put Food in Face.
Yep.
What a weird fucking example.
I don't think I needed that one, but
No,
you
I feel like that
one.
was a basic human instinct. Grab food, eat.
I feel like Kevin needed that one though.
Yeah.
Stop it!
Kevin, for us normal people, putting things in our mouths is kind of like an
I
evolutionary.
didn't say I read
sort of-
books like that. Dude, when I was a kid and saw
How did you even know of their existence?
Find me one book about eating, for children, about how to eat.
It's an exaggeration. See, sir, this is what we call comedic exaggeration.
It's too exaggerated. It's comedic. It's too exaggerated.
It's comedic because I think you might have actually read a book like that.
Shut up.
He's drawing from some long forgotten memory.
You have some suppressed memories.
I'm gonna have to kindly ask you to fucking stop.
I'm sorry you think kids need to be taught how to eat.
God damn.
But like,
yeah. When I was 6, I read that book, and then I knew how to eat. I don't know what I did for the first 5 years.
That's what I've been missing this whole time. Now I don't hurt so much.
I mean, to be fair, if you look at Kevin's teeth, like if you look at Charmander's teeth,
Yep, there it is.
he might have
reached
just
our
been
quota.
eating.
I don't think he got that way from soft foods, though. I'm just,
No.
Anyway.
No, because he was trying to eat bricks for the first 5 years of his life until he read
Oh,
that book.
damn.
And it changed his life.
It's like, yeah, this is eat this, not this. He's like, oh, that's what I've been doing wrong. Oh.
All those years of wasted dentistry make sense now.
I love learning.
God,
Jesus Christ, we're awful human beings. But I already knew that about myself. I'm a terrible human being. I don't know why people tolerate me.
I'm okay. 6 out of 10.
I'm a solid 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Nah. Zeke, you're not supposed to agree with him.
I didn't agree. I was just like affirming that I heard what he said.
Okay.
Just, I do. It's just, I like to let people know that they're heard.
See, people won't even agree with me. Now I'm a solid 1.5. Like,
Well, now I gotta disagree.
okay, I'm at least a 2 then. We've established I'm at least a 2 out of 10.
Yeah. Confirmed.
But yeah, so anyway,
Book's good.
aside from the shit that happened with my laptop, because yeah, we're supposed to be talking about what I've been doing.
Yeah, but
We can talk about whatever. Look, it's all guidance. It's loose framework.
But yeah,
It's all Gaijins.
This podcast was founded on unnecessary tangents.
True. So
Something you share in common with my Oshi. Anyway,
There you go.
but yeah, so during the last episode, I got the Ruby volumes 1 through 6 on Blu-ray.
I was there for that legendary moment.
You were excellent. Good for you.
He opened the box live on air. We were all there, except you. You weren't there. Everyone else was there. We witnessed it.
But yeah, so I've been I've been going through like the director commentaries, because each disc has like a director's commentary, a cast commentary, and then like a crew commentary. And the crew commentary is like, the animators and like the art department. But I've been going through the director's commentaries, and so I talked to Zeke about this the other day, but I didn't talk to you about this, Sarah. So there's this subsector of the Ruby fanbase who's obsessed with the idea of quote unquote Monty Ohm's vision for Ruby, and what was his idea for like the story, the characters, where the plot should be headed, the world building. And the more I listen to these director commentaries, and like the more I hear them talk about the creative process and how they made the show, the more and more I realize in terms of actual writing, Monty Ohm didn't do a lot of that. Monty Ohm was mostly just like the guy who came up with the basic ideas, the concepts. He came up with like some of the cooler some of the scenes that happened in like you know, the early volumes. He came up with, you know, a lot of the, like the basic stuff, but like the actual moment to moment writing, world building, characterization, like a lot of that was actually Miles and Carey. So it's just it is now incredibly funny to me that there are so many people who are like, man, does this actually, like, is what they're doing actually like in accordance with Monty's vision, when in reality it's more like, is what they're doing in accordance with Miles and Carey's vision, and Miles and Carey are still making the show. So
yeah,
yes.
well, well, because you know, people don't know shit, and like most showrunners tend to be in like lead writing positions or have a lot of influence in the department, but Monty was very much more focused on the animation and a lot of the design elements, a lot of the surface level things.
Animation and design was actually his background, so that makes sense.
But like as far as the actual writing, like from day one he went to them to write the thing, and like all of that was basically them from the start.
Yeah, like Monty, give Monty credit here, and I'll give Monty plenty of credit here. He is like the guy who came up to Miles and was like, hey, let's make an anime. But but yeah,
because the way it went is that
we're not Japanese. It's never been done before. I'll make it.
That's literally what happened.
Okay, because the way it happened is that they brought him on. They hired him during Red vs. Blue season 7 or 8, I forget. And Bernie was basically like, you do this for me, and we will let you make whatever show you want. And they did.
I love how I think it was Miles explained. It's like one day, Monty was late to work. I say he was late, but he was, you know, he slept at the offices. But he woke up, came up to me, and he was like, red, white, black, and yellow. And Miles is like, yes, Monty, those are colors. And he's like, no, they're a team. And he's like, go back to sleep, Monty. And then Monty came up to him the next day. It's just like, hey, we should make an anime. And he's like, yes, we should. There's an idea I can get behind.
Yep.
I love that. Go back to sleep, Monty. God. But yeah, like, I just find it immensely funny now, having actually gone through a bunch of behind the scenes shit and listened to directors' commentaries, realizing that a lot of these people who are just like obsessed with the idea of Monty Ohm's vision are kind of full of shit.
I mean, a lot of those people also stopped watching 5 seasons ago, so what are you gonna do?
Of course they jump off of course they're the people who jumped off at season 5. Fuck.
Something changed! I can't handle change! Must leave!
Even then, like, the problems with volume 5 weren't with the writers.
Yeah.
God.
I don't know. We literally just had this conversation last night. Forgive me if I'm not super engaged.
You're good. It's just that is like a big thing that I've been doing over the last week, is going through like the director commentaries and shit. It's fascinating. It's fun. I love commentaries for like movies and like TV shows and whatever, because it gives you a deeper insight into like the moment-to-moment decisions that were made for like various scenes. And like how some things that are paid off seasons and seasons later can spawn from just like, what if we did this little thing here? Without spoilers, because Cuba the Third has listens to us and hasn't seen Ruby, but wants to.
Does he ever? Oh, he does want to. Okay,
Bakagaijinshow commentary track when.
Oh my god, that would literally be us talking over each other, literally talking over ourselves.
Yeah, it's just like it's like my idea to react to a reaction video, reacting to a reaction video, and then someone reacts to a react. It's just a never-ending chain of reaction videos.
It just becomes a fucking cacophony of nonsense.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Oh god, you're slowly building to that idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking. Yeah, I fucking love commentaries and shit, because like a good example, without spoiling anything, is Nora booping Ren on the nose gets a big fucking payoff in Volume 8.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And that was just... It was literally just a moment of Carrie and Miles just like... Sorry, Miles and Carrie. Zeke says Carrie and Miles is cursed.
Yeah, it's pretty cursed.
Yeah. Miles and Carrie were just like doing a brainstorming session. Carrie was just like laying on the ground upside down, and then he's just like, "Hey Miles, would it be too dumb if Nora booped Ren on the nose?" At which point Miles just falls over laughing and is just like, "Do it."
Yep.
I understand, Kevin. I am also a big fan of disembodied voices talking over an entertainment program. Not sure why.
We're glad you're here though, Craig.
Yep.
Good to have you.
Think
Good
about
to have you.
Craig is always the giver of commentary.
Yes. But yeah, I also got back into Halo Infinite because they've added enough content to justify me playing it again.
What did they add, Kevin?
They're doing an event this week.
Yeah, they're doing a fun little event where they add like a bunch of like big team, bunch of big team modes. Big Team Fiesta is fun. I like it. Please let that be a consistent game mode after this, please, for the love of God. Thank you. There's also what was that new game mode that's kind of like Total Control, but it's 4v4?
Oh, they added that up several updates ago. It's called Land Grab.
Yeah, I like Land Grab in theory.
It's because you haven't played it since the beginning of the season when they introduced it.
Okay. But yeah, Land Grab is fine. I'm getting used to like the rebouncing of a couple of the new weapons. My old reliable, the Mangler, I have to relearn how to use that because shot melee doesn't work anymore. Now it's melee shot. I am still very disappointed that they nerfed the Mangler like that, but whatever.
Or you could just like 3-shot them with a headshot.
True.
But Kevin can't.
Or you could have skill that could work as well.
You were like 4-14 when we played a game of BRs.
I was. Yeah,
I think
it was bad.
Were melee.
I suck at using the
can't aim
BR.
with the fucking head. Are you using a mouse and keyboard or a controller?
Controller.
How are you this bad? You have aim assist.
Yeah, honestly.
But yeah, fucking yeah, I need to get better with using a BR in Halo Infinite. Need to be better at my accuracy. Played some Skockets, played some Shoddy Snipers, played Big Team Fiesta. I like the new maps that they added for Big Team. The new Big Team maps are fun. Have they added any more like 4v4 maps?
Yeah, 1.
Okay, I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, no, and when Season 3 are getting a new map for Big Team and for Small Team, and we're also getting new content updates. It's just taking way too damn long.
Yeah.
Like, real talk about Halo Infinite real quick, like, as much as this event is very fun, I will probably stop playing again as soon as it's over, because, like, the regular gameplay... First of all, they have done everything in their power, it seems, to, like, prevent people from effectively playing with each other. Constant server crashes, disconnects, a bad party system, no ability to stay with your team once the game is over.
Yeah.
It's like they don't want people playing with each other, and which is ridiculous because Halo's always been a social game.
Yeah.
And it's like, so that, you know, me wanting to play with my friends is a headache, and that's the best part about Halo, is playing with your friends. And so they you know, and the content is just very lacking in the game. Like, if you had told me that Halo Infinite was going to be an upgrade for Halo 5, I would have accepted this as an upgrade, as a content update for Halo 5. New weapons, rebalance, an extra campaign, and some new maps. This feels like an update, not a
Yeah, it definitely feels like they pushed it out early.
It needed another 6 months minimum before they actually
We need
released
another
it.
year.
Yeah. And they already pushed it back a year.
Yeah.
Well, but they had to rebuild the entire game from the
Yeah,
several times.
But by that point, it's like the Series X have been out for a year, and they're like, "Well, we need a Halo."
Yeah,
You
this-
know.
yeah.
There was the same thing that almost killed Halo 5, but Halo 5 fixed it really quick by just pushing out tons of content.
Yeah, but the problem
free.
here is that 343 is like, we don't want to do what we did with Halo 5 again because we ended up burning ourselves out really fast.
Well,
And
too
like,
fucking bad. That's your job. You produce the product, and there's
Unf-
no fucking content. You need to actually put out content.
yeah, that's the unfortunate part because I understand
Like-
that they don't want to push themselves too hard and they don't want to succumb to.
But your product is literally failing.
They don't
Like,
wanna
you have to work harder.
Yeah, they don't want to succumb to crunch culture and that kind of shit. I get that, but at the same time, the game is failing and it's bleeding players.
Yeah.
More people play MCC.
Oh, they're gonna lose
than-
everybody as soon as the new COD comes out.
More people play MCC than they do Infinite. MCC is full of games that are like 10 years old at the very minimum.
Yeah,
And
but
you
they
have to
work.
pay, and you have to pay for them.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, it's a bad time to start playing Halo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait like a
unfortunately.
year and then play it when Forge is out and when the community is back together and when they've made the changes we asked for.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like I do appreciate that, like, you know, they're at least being transparent with the updates as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
They are being as transparent as possible with the updates that they are putting out, and also extremely transparent with you know, receiving feedback and stuff. So at least that's
Yeah.
something. But like, there's only so much good faith you can use before it no longer matters.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we know you guys are listening, but you're also not making anything, which is driving us insane.
Yeah, that's really the issue I'm having with Halo Infinite. It's like, yeah, I'm playing it for now, but that's only because it's got a really nice little event going on. And, like, I'm probably going to play it for a little bit after the event is over just to see what the new content is, but I'm probably just going to go back to MCC when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Which is-
on sale so I can buy it again.
Yeah, which is deeply unfortunate because I want to like Halo Infinite. I really do.
Everybody does. Everybody, it's like, it's so close to being a good game, it just lacks content.
It's
Yeah.
it's almost there. It's
Like,
just-
everything else would be you know, manageable. Like the server ping issues, the failed connections, the server downtime, all that stuff. All that stuff would be like be able to be overlooked if like the regular gameplay loop was
Yeah,
fun
yeah.
and interesting. But it's just so repetitive.
Halo Infinite is the most frustrating 6 out of 10 game I've ever played.
Yeah, it really is. And the new COD is going to crush it as soon as
because
it comes out because we know it'll release like mostly functional.
Halo Infinite has the potential to be amazing, but it's just lacking in so many key areas in terms of content.
We're beating a dead horse at this point though, so I
I
don't
know,
Yeah.
I know, but
Going.
I'll stop beating the horse when someone takes the corpse away. Fuck.
Yeah. Speaking of drama, I'm not gonna speak of drama. There was drama in the Overwatch scene, and regular followers of this channel be like, "Why hasn't Zeke made a rant video about this yet?" It's because they haven't said anything, and I'm not gonna just react to incomplete information. So, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything on that right now.
Great.
Yeah, I know you might have been expecting me to do a thing, but I'm just not gonna engage in this discourse until Blizzard actually says something.
Man, that was so much buildup for like no payoff.
I'm just saying, because I've done like fucking 4 different Overwatch 2 reaction videos. People might expect me to do one, and I haven't done it. Well, partially because I haven't installed OBS on this computer, but also partially
Yeah.
because I just don't want to react to incomplete information and look like a fucking idiot when they
Right.
actually say something. So, yeah. Unlike the rest of the community, I don't want to look like a fucking idiot, so I'm not gonna just flail around like a retarded monkey because I read an incomplete blog post I don't like.
Yeah.
So,
No, I
There's
think
that.
what you're doing is smart because again, there's just not enough info right now.
yeah, another fucking home for the weekend, so I'm not expecting anything until at least Monday.
God, it's funny that they went home for the weekend, and right before they did, there was like a major fucking content leak.
Yeah. I'm just really hoping their strategy is not, well, let's just ignore this and do our usual plan, because I'm like, that's not going to work out well for you at
Yeah,
this
no,
point.
please talk about it on Monday for your sake.
Move up your timetables, because this needs to be addressed or it's going to implode.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But anyway, I don't want to talk about that yet.
Yeah, not yet.
I'll talk about it when they talk about it.
So you talk first, I talk first?
Yeah, something about that. Anyway, as you were saying.
Yeah, no. No, that's basically what I've been doing lately. More than usual, but less than I probably should. You know, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Saradin, buddy, what you been doing lately? Because you were gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know. My life's kind of a disaster, and I have to change it. I'm not going to go into specifics, but
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
it's just extremely rough right now.
Yeah. Best of luck, man. I'm here for
It'll
you.
get better. It'll get better.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm just kind of sick of having to constantly change at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, welcome to being human. It's a constant.
I mean, other humans don't have to, you know, deal with this shit. So no, I don't buy that shit at all.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just you know, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
I'm just sick of always being the one who has to deal with it.
Yeah.
I also just wish society was, you know, built different, because we lack so much understanding or yearning for understanding or truth
Yeah.
in today's society. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. But let's not get into
But
specifics.
anyway, sad Debbie Downer stuff aside, I've just been playing Skyrim, working, and doing my usual simping.
Yeah.
Last weekend I had a birthday. My friend brought me. I already explained it. But my friend bought me pho for lunch from a place called Lynn's Bistro in Dayton. And then we went to a place called Saya and had yakiniku and takoyaki and dessert. I had a fried cheesecake, which was delicious.
Ooh, nice.
But yeah, stuff was good. And so I had a great birthday. And trying to stay on the positive side for now.
Yeah.
I exposed Kevin to Ip Man finally.
Ip Man was good. I liked Ip
Because
Man. It was fun.
By the way, I was going to ask. I thought of another one. Have you seen The Raid?
The what?
The Raid.
No, I have not seen The Raid, but I know of The
I forgot
Raid.
about that movie when you were asking me about other martial arts movies to watch. That one is excellent.
The one thing I know about The Raid is that in The Force Awakens...
It is brutality.
The one thing I know about The Raid is that in The Force Awakens, there is a scene where the entire cast of The Raid cameos on... Like it's when, you know, those people infiltrate the Millennium Falcon or try to
I know
shake
exactly
down
what you're talking
Han Solo
about.
for money. Yeah, they hired the cast of The Raid and proceeded to not have them do any martial arts. Which pissed so many people off. But, yeah, you still there, Zeke?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you just, like, shit went quiet for a second. But,
I was listening.
Ah, okay. But yeah, Ip Man was good. I'll probably check out The Raid on my own time. I also need to watch, SAO Ordinal Scale, probably.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I'm going to watch Ordinal Scale. You can't stop me at this. The more you tell me not to, I'm going to do it. Can't stop me.
Proclamation.
I mean, you're welcome to watch it. I just think it's garbage.
Cool. I'll be the judge of that.
Damn. Proclamation versus proclamation.
But yeah. But also in these, like, every other time that me and Saradin get into voice chat, we watch a couple episodes of Sword Art Online Alicization. Fascinating fucking concept. Wow. Reki Kawahara really off the shits for this arc. Can't wait to see how this goes from this point onward. I can't say anything because it's all spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been doing, and I assume that's also everything that you've been doing, Zerdan.
I mean, I haven't been doing a whole lot. It's mostly been working. You know, I got to play pre-release also on Saturday for the new Magic set. I went through one. I did it twice and went through one both times.
Nice.
I'm waiting for my finances to be more stable so I can afford to spend some more money on cards occasionally.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. I found a store nearby that actually play on like Tuesdays at 6:30, which given my current job, I'll actually be able to make.
Okay.
Which is kind of neat. So I'll be getting back into that when I can.
Well, I played all of a Medieval. That was fucking rad.
Yeah, I watched some you go through like a couple of streams of that, and God, that game looks fucking metal as fuck.
Yeah, it was on sale, part of the Games Made in New Zealand sale. So I got that for cheap.
Oh, you got it from the Kiwi sale.
Yeah, the Kiwi sale. Strangely, no actual Kiwis for sale on the Kiwi sale.
Oh.
Interesting.
Were there any lolcows?
Not that I remember, no.
Oh, that's the other thing I've been doing. Give a shout out to it's Smokey MC. He's a small-time YouTuber, but all he does is do fucking like shitty coverage of lolcows. Yeah. And I have been just down the rabbit hole hardcore.
Now, is this good coverage of shitty lolcows or shitty coverage of good lolcows?
It's good coverage of shitty lolcows.
Okay.
But you gotta understand, Smokey's a stoner, so a lot of his shit is said with like, just like a laugh at the end of everything. It's like, he raped his mom. Laugh. What's
this guy's name? I've been meaning to hear more about lolcows.
All right, so hang on, let me find the YouTube channel. I'll switch over.
Okay.
Kiara, shut up. Kiara, I love you. YouTube. Smokey MCC.
Okay.
He's a dude that looks like he has a Hawaiian, and he does do a lot of making fun of the look. I'm not going to pretend like he's the most righteous dude ever. He's not like Frederick Knudsen, where he likes to try to see things from a neutral standpoint.
Yeah.
He's absolutely here to laugh and make fun of these people.
No, that's fine.
But he covers a lot of stuff. Everything from every phone call Chris Chan's ever done to the ridiculous antics of Cyrax.
I've been meaning to eventually get to watching that like fucking 75-part Chris Chan documentary, whatever the fuck it is.
Oh my god, what is the attraction? Like there is none. It's the least attractive creature on planet Earth. Jesus Christ. Like, no offense, Chris. I know your life's fucked up, but seriously, you're a fucked up person.
Yeah.
And you ugly. UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
Yeah, because I watched that fucking like 2-hour, I think, a video Kritosis made on Acerthorn, and I'm like, wait a minute. I actually like lolcow content. This is great.
Yeah.
Some people are fucking pathetic, and it's funny.
I hate to be like I normally am not the guy to punch down, but at the same time, fuck these people.
I will. No, but I'll watch someone else punch down and be amused by it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't even get a kick out of it. I'm just fascinated by how depraved some of these people actually get. Like how ridiculous their world is. It's world changing. Like it'll change your perspective on a lot of things to see what the most batshit people on Earth are doing.
Oh yeah, it's just like seeing the depths of degeneracy some people will stoop to in their own personal life can just be fascinating to witness.
It's
I watch.
In every the psycho that just like out of bad writing or out of sense, like in every soap opera, will just go nuts and start wielding a knife and trying to stab everybody. Like,
yeah, that happens.
Yeah. So these people are that, but like not the result of bad writing, unless God has a narrative.
No.
And
usually the result of bad parenting.
Yeah, absolutely, it's the result of bad parenting.
Yep.
But yeah, Smokey MCC. I've been going down that route to be entertained while I'm at work, sitting in a car for 12 hours a day. So
yeah, fucking. Yeah, I watch. I gotta get back into it. But I watch a lot of DarkTube content, so yeah. I'm very aware of the fucked upness of the world. Sometimes I'll just like watch fucking crazy fucking videos or whatever just for fun.
Yeah, you did that during a couple of like just like regular
I'll make
VC streams.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll make Kevin do that until he gets uncomfortable and quits like a pussy.
Look, man, sometimes I don't like watching people get shot. What can I say?
Yeah, well, we all have our flaws.
Like, I gotta be in a mood for that,
that's fine.
okay?
No, yeah. No, I understand. I understand that I am
But
abnormal.
Kevin, don't you play violent video games? I thought you would enjoy that kind of thing.
Mother! Hello, let's introduce our new special guest, Jack Thompson.
Jack, how does it feel to be disbarred? Oh, that fucking story of how Jack Thompson promised a donation if somebody made a video game where you kill Rockstar developers, and they did, and he didn't donate to charity, and then Penny Arcade donated to charity in his name for him.
Base Penny
a great
Arcade.
Story. Yeah, they're like, the check literally read from Jack Thompson because Jack Thompson won't.
That's great.
That was pretty good, yeah.
Yep. You still there, Sheridan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so I played a medieval. Love me some boomy shoots. It's my second New Blood game after Dusk. Kind of neck and neck, honestly. I'm not sure which I prefer. They're both really good. I love both Dusk and a medieval, and I'm looking forward to playing more things from them. I have the demo for one of their upcoming games, Fallen Aces, loaded. I'm gonna play that later.
Nice.
And then I've also started playing. There's a mod for StarCraft 2 called StarCraft Mass Recall, which is a complete fan remake of the original game and Broodmore and some of the more famous StarCraft 1 fan campaigns, all remade in StarCraft 2's engine.
Nice.
And it's a really fucking impressive effort. It's basically Black Mesa for StarCraft, and I've started playing that. Having fun with that. Gotta get further into it, but yeah. I want to go through the entire StarCraft saga. It's something I've been wanting to do since I haven't had a decent computer in like 10 years. So now that I do, I can do that.
At long last, you have a computer that does not suck balls.
Yeah. I also played a little bit more Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed. I've been going slow on that though, because I'm honestly just kind of hoping they put out an optimization patch for it, because I think it needs a little bit more optimization.
Need to optimize that shit just a tiny bit.
Yeah, there's some frame drops, especially in fucking Albion, where I am now. But yeah, so I'm kind of hoping they optimize that a little bit more. I mean, I'll still finish it if they don't, but like I'm going slow because I feel like a patch has to be coming at some point.
Yeah.
It's just one of those situations. Yeah, and then I'm watching all the usual weekly anime. What just came out, I'm gonna watch fucking Cars Road Trip or whatever just came out.
Yeah, it did. I've heard it's all right. I heard it's fun.
Yeah, the trailer was fun, so I'm gonna check out I think it's Cars on the Road.
Yeah, it is.
What it's called.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, D23 is happening right now.
Yep, D23 is happening right now, and Disney has announced some seriously stupid fucking bullshit.
Rant, Kevin. Rant.
So, Disney has... Disney
in all their wisdom.
In all their wisdom, came on stage and was like, have you ever wondered where
Do you guys not have phones?
Oh, Disney knows we have phones.
Oh, no.
That's not in question.
This is dumber.
Yeah.
Disney came on stage and was like, have you ever wondered where the star that Jiminy Cricket sings about came from?
I know, it's so fucking dumb.
They're literally making a Wish Upon a Star prequel movie. I fucking shit you not.
This sounds like a fucking College Humor sketch.
Oh my god, this
Disney
fucking
is well and truly out of ideas.
this fucking creatively bankrupt ass company literally decided to do the Jiminy Cricket wishing star movie. Why?
I can picture it. It's like 2010 College Humor uploads Disney keynote press conference be like
Well,
this.
no. So it's gonna be a $184 million movie. It's gonna be live action, and the star's played by Chris Pratt.
It's gonna have the Rock in. It's gonna have the Rock in it somehow.
Yeah, the Rock is babysitting Chris Pratt, who spends the entire time like on his knees and in a tutu.
Oh God!
What's the matter, you?
I swear to God. And yes, that was the stupidest thing that they announced. They did announce other like dumb crap, like a fucking Mufasa prequel movie for the quote unquote live action.
Which is less stupid now that I know they're not doing James Earl Jones, because god damn it, he can't act anymore.
Yeah, just bring James Earl Jones in with a wheelchair. Fucking.
Yeah, well, it's a prequel, so apparently it's a different actor, and thank fucking, he cannot act anymore.
Yeah.
Like he can't inflect his voice anymore. He's just too fucking old.
He really is. It really is indicative of how much James Earl Jones just. I love James Earl Jones, but he shouldn't be acting anymore, and it's really telling when the Lion King remake had to reuse audio cues from the 1994 movie because James Earl Jones sounded like shit. Oh God. But yeah,
there's gonna be a fucking Moana TV show, and you know what that means. We know what that means. Shafe might get more Tamatoa screen caps to use.
More Tamatoa.
That's what we're all hoping for.
Finally.
Honestly.
Yeah, no, they also announced Inside Out 2, which
The Pixar side of things is pretty good.
the Pixar side of things is pretty good. They announced Inside
Side
Out
of
2,
things is always good.
which
Yeah.
I want to point out.
Yeah. Inside Mid 2, yes.
I want to point out the first. Okay, I want to point out the first Inside Out movie ended with the emotions gaining access to a swear word soundboard and a giant red button called puberty. So
Yeah. No, I mean,
That'll be
I will
interesting.
admit, I will admit of the 2010 of like the more recent original films, Inside Out was probably the one that made the most sense to do a sequel for.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like if you're gonna franchise any of those original films, this definitely feels like the one to do it.
Yeah.
So that's fine. The promo art for Elemental, I'm still not entirely sold on this premise, but the promo art looks really nice. It looks like they're really pushing the bounds of
Yeah, all they had to do was steal Osmosis Jones' identity.
I meant more sort of like they're kind of aping that pseudo TV thing, 2D thing that other studios have been doing, and they're doing it really well.
Yeah.
So I think at least visually this film will be very interesting to look at. I'm not entirely sold on the premise, but they seem pretty serious about it, so there's
They
that.
seem confident. Yeah.
Elio looks like a fun premise though.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that like the movie where this kid has like first contact with aliens?
Yeah, so Elio is apparently about an 11-year-old boy who gets abducted by aliens, and they mistake him for the ambassador of the Earth. That sounds like it would be fun.
Oh, that sounds like so many shenanigans are going to occur. I love it.
That's going to come out a few months before Inside Out 2 in 2024. And then late next year, they're doing they showed off some screen caps and like concept art for the original Disney Plus show that Pixar is doing, Win or Lose, about the baseball team.
Okay.
Which we don't know much about, but I'm interested in the prospect of an entirely original TV miniseries by Pixar. That's interesting.
Yeah.
They did do Cars on the Road in-house, but that's a established thing. This is their first like original.
Did they not do Monsters at Work?
No, that was Disney Television Animation.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
That was outsourced to DVTA. Whereas Cars on the Road is an internal production and looks a lot better, probably because of that, frankly. Everything I heard about Monsters at Work was pretty mid. It was just kind of like, it's okay.
Yeah, I want to see what. Yeah, I do actually want to see what Pixar is able to do, like doing more long form television animation compared to like miniseries compared to just like short 90-minute movies.
Yeah, it's interesting to see.
Yep.
Yep.
God. But yeah, is D23 still happening right now, or?
Yeah, it's still going. It's still
Okay.
going. I think it goes through the weekend. I think.
Okay, so we still got things that are being announced actively.
Yes, Kevin, you might still get your Owl House trailer. It could happen feasibly, potentially.
I just want more Owl House.
Yeah, I am very curious what the future of DTVA is, because it seems like there's a lot of merging of departments and a lot of like shifting priorities towards Disney Plus and away from DTVA. So I'm actually really curious what's going on there. So hopefully they talk about that at some point. Also, Mike Bithel's making a Tron visual novel, and that's a sentence I never thought I'd say.
Tron visual novel sounds fucking awesome. I'm in.
Yeah, by the guy who made Thomas Was Alone. Interesting.
Yep.
Look, game recognized game, I guess.
I guess.
It's just interesting because Thomas Bithell made a cyberpunk stealth game called Volume, which I haven't played, but I've been meaning to. So I thought this Tron game was going to be more something in that vein, because they might have been looking for something like that. But now it's like an adventure game. It's like a Telltale style thing, which is interesting. You go to Mike Bithell for, but all right, we'll see.
I mean, maybe he had an idea and was like, "Hey, Disney."
I feel like it was the other way around,
Yeah.
but I mean, who knows? Still, seeing them do shit with the Tron license is good.
Yeah, they haven't actually done much since Tron Uprising and Tron
Uprising.
Legacy.
Yeah. I appreciate the fact that the aesthetic established in Tron Legacy is just the Tron aesthetic now. Like, that's just what it is.
I mean, it's a great fucking aesthetic.
It is. Yeah, it is. Totally.
Like, it is a really good update and reimagining of what the 80s movie Tron did, but like making it more modernized. Like it's evocative of the original without just carbon copying it.
Oh no, yeah, I love how Tron Legacy looks. It's just we should add that to the list, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want Tron Legacy again. Not on Disney Plus, unfortunately, because it doesn't fucking work with the streaming. But hello, am I
you say something, Sheridan?
I said I'm game for that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's the best 2-hour-long music video I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, isn't it basically just a Daft Punk music video?
Yeah, it's a really good Daft Punk music video. And unfortunately, Daft Punk isn't making fucking music anymore, so let's enjoy it while we can.
It is in the top 2 feature-length Daft Punk music videos.
If I had a nickel for every time there was a theatrical Daft Punk music video, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah. Oh god, you're right though. Oh god.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the only feature-length Daft Punk music video I've seen is Interstellar 5555.
To be fair, Discovery is a fucking amazing album.
It is. It's fucking iconic for a good reason.
That's a fucking great album. I'm so sad that they broke up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Bound to happen eventually, man. They revolutionized the entire era of music, man. Let them rest.
I know, but I've never gone through a divorce, but it kind of feels like this, honestly.
Fucking love that, by the way. I've never gone through a divorce, but Daft Punk breaking up, I'd imagine this is what it feels like.
I have to imagine this is somewhat similar.
Yeah, I'm looking up D23 on Twitter to see what else has been announced. Let's see. There's a new Star Wars miniseries from the creators of the Clone Wars called Tales of the Jedi. So that's a thing.
I might care eventually.
Yep. Original shorts. Jimmy Woo is back for Ant-Man 3. Whatever.
I just find it so... Look, to make more time for other... I've kind of cut the MCU out of my life to make time for other things, honestly.
Totally
I just don't
fair.
have the time to keep up with this. Maybe one day, but
yeah, I that's actually what a lot of my friends are saying. A lot of my friends are like, yeah, I watched like even my friends who are like super into the MCU are like, yeah, I saw Endgame and then I watched No Way Home and now I'm just kind of done.
yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. Like, you had this, like, fucking long-form, massive story thread that actually concluded in these movies at the end of Endgame. And then you, like, did the ultimate fucking Spider Family crossover with No Way Home. So, like, where do you go from there? It's kind of hard
It's a lot of things.
I'm not even sure Kevin Feige knows where to go from here.
Yeah. We'll see.
Well, if Thor: Love and Thunder was any indication, he desperately needs some kind of plan for this arc.
Oh, God, I've heard Love and Thunder is just like.
Well,
so
part of the
mid.
problem is that, like, with all the Disney Plus stuff, which has kind of become the main driving force of the MCU at this point, there's been way more screen time, way more content, and way less direction.
Right.
Like there was that one time IGN posted like Phase 4 is now longer than the previous 3 phases combined in total runtime because a lot of it is TV miniseries.
Yeah.
And it's a weird combination of having more screen time than ever, but also less overarching direction than ever because I guess they're just building up a ton of shit. I feel like Kevin Feige is just building up a massive Marvel playground for him to eventually build an overarching plot out of.
Yeah, which is very different from how he handled the Infinity Saga, where he did have an idea of where to go a few movies in of like, okay, we're building up to Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. Great.
Oh, I'm sure he has ideas. I'm sure like it's all planned. I'm just like,
We hope.
yeah. But it's just like I didn't say it was a good plan. I just said it had a plan.
It is a plan.
Yeah, there is a plan. It may not be good, but it's a plan. But it's just right now it's like when you make more time for some things in your life, you gotta have the trade-off of making less time for other things, and keeping up with that never stopping train is just something that I've fallen off on, and maybe one day I'll catch back up with it, but like not at the moment. Right now I'm just kind of content to sit back and be like, oh, so that's what they're doing. Interesting.
Yeah.
She-Hulk is twerking. Interesting.
Throw it
I'm
back.
not mad.
Throw it
I'm
back,
not mad.
She-Hulk.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just observing.
It's just
like
a thing.
I'm like a guy in a lab coat looking at the monkeys going, oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
That
apparently.
one is eating its own feces.
Okay, James Mangold says both Steven Spielberg and George Lucas are involved with Indiana Jones 5, so that's good.
Are we even acknowledging that like Indiana Jones 5 is a thing? Can we like not engage with that?
I don't understand. Harrison Ford needs a walker these days. I don't understand how this is happening.
I don't know either. God, he was already looking like weirdly out of place in fucking the 4th movie, and now he's just, it's like, this is 15 years later, people.
He's freaking geriatric. He's a freaking geriatric now. It's like, what do you do with that? It's like James Earl Jones, but worse because you have to look at him. I don't understand how that's a thing, and I feel like it's going to be very silly, or it's going to be full of like CGI deep faking.
Yeah.
Congratulations, this is the future of movies now. But if it happened to Luke Skywalker, it can happen to you too.
That said, I do find it amusing that like that said, I do find it very amusing that like Harrison Ford didn't give a hot flaming shit what happened to Han Solo in Star Wars, but he will actually kill you if you dare recast him as Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like a big part of it is that Harrison Ford genuinely does really like playing Indiana Jones. Like that's one role he's just like, oh yeah, I fucking love playing Indy. But almost all of his other roles are just like, I did it for money. I don't fucking care. Leave me alone. I want to go back to my cottage.
I mean, that's the thing. I feel like Harrison Ford had to deal with decades of fucking classic sci-fi nerd bullshit.
Yeah.
And he could not have cared less. And so the more he was pestered about it, the more bitter he got about it.
Yeah, these days, whenever like Han Solo or whatever is brought up to him in public, he's just like, I don't fucking care. I don't care.
Somebody asked him at one point what Han Solo's favorite color is, and he just looked at the camera like, I don't give a flying fuck. Like,
it's like, you know, I understand.
There you go. That's it. That's Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford has that energy of like when they tracked down the actual Giga Chad model, and he was literally like, "What the fuck is a podcast?" He has that kind of energy.
Yeah.
It's like, he declined to comment on his role in the memes, and also replied, "quote What the fuck is a podcast?" You know,
just God.
No, I get it. If I had to deal with like 1980s nerds, I'd probably not want anything to do with that too.
Fair, completely fair. But like in terms of Indiana Jones, it's like, dude, we don't need a fifth one. Just stop. At the very least, fucking reboot the damn thing. Fuck.
They can't do it while Harrison Ford's got to die first.
I know. They won't let him. Like he won't let them make an Indiana Jones movie without him as long as he's alive.
Yeah. If they do this, Indy 6 is going to be him killing George Lucas with a lasso. You know?
I would pay to see that, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
same,
George.
honestly. Give me my damn plane. He just fucking kamikazes Skywalker Ranch.
God, that just reminds me of fucking. Mark Hamill has an impeccable Harrison Ford impression, for the record. Because like I'm reminded of like one example of Mark Hamill reminiscing about, you know, the Luke I'm your father twist in Empire Strikes Back, and how like during the premiere, like Harrison Ford was sitting to the right of him, and Harrison Ford just leaned over and said, "Hey kid, you didn't fucking tell me that." I love that. God.
Mark Hamill is the fun uncle, you know?
Yeah, keep giving Mark Hamill work, by the way, because that dude can still act can still fucking act.
Well, he's significantly younger first.
Yeah, and also he's a voice actor first and foremost. Speaking of Mark Hamill, he's one of the supporting characters in the new Netflix Sandman TV series, which I've heard is really, really good.
Yeah.
Like Sandman, a project that like various studios have been trying to get off the ground for like 30 years at this point, finally happened, and turns out it kind of lives up to the hype. Great, awesome. It helps that Neil Gaiman is actually working on it as like one of the writers and producer. So great. Yeah. But yeah, I have seen some like clips and stuff from the new from the Sandman TV series, and it looks great. Might check that out.
Yeah.
You know, in between catching up on Cobra Kai and watching Ordinal Scale.
Sure.
Yeah, what else have you been doing, Zeke?
Trying to write more.
Yeah, you released a new chapter of Beyond Fiction this morning while I was fucking asleep.
Well, that sounds like a skill issue, Kevin.
You know what? Maybe it is. Mayhaps it is, but it is a skill issue that I will still complain at you about.
Yeah, no problem. I accept.
I just wake up this morning like, okay, time to drag
to
out
be
my
fair,
laptop.
you need to understand who your competition is, because I posted that at 5 a.m, and 8 seconds later, the fucking Belgium girl tweeted yes at me. I'm not kidding. You can look at the when I posted it to Twitter. You can look 8 seconds later. 8 seconds, Kevin. That's your competition.
Okay, you know what? I'll cop to
These
that
are my
one.
these are my two most dedicated readers, Kevin and a random girl in Belgium who is very nice. If you're listening to this, you can't understand this because it's English, but if you ever transcribe this because you're probably that dedicated, know that I deeply appreciate your patronage.
Yeah.
I just find the fact that my second biggest fan is just a girl in Belgium. I just think that's
just
funny.
random Belgian girl.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Kevin. 8 seconds. That's your competition there. So you're falling behind.
That's understandable. Yeah.
Yeah, get on that. Get on that. No,
Kevin?
I'm
Slow? Incompetent? No.
you know.
No.
Yeah, I knew this. It's just having a direct comparison really makes it stand out.
I mean, this is the guy. I mean, this is to be fair, Kevin. This is coming from the guy who can't properly read a Reddit post correctly. So,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
we don't really have that much room to judge.
This is kind of I'm just saying it's like when you get your ugly friend to stand next to you to make yourself look better by comparison. It's like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Who's
it's
the
like
ugly
that.
friend in this analogy?
I don't know actually. I haven't thought it through.
Great. Now we have to figure out who's the ugly friend between the three of us.
I don't know. I've never seen the Belgian girl, so I don't know. And I've never seen her, and I don't feel comfortable asking her for photos because I think she's a minor. So,
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
this is not a comparison I think can be made at present time.
We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's the ugly. I'm sure you're both beautiful on the inside or whatever.
I mean, I like to
fine.
think that I am.
Yeah. Honestly, if you fixed your fucking teeth, you wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
No, this is serious. This is 99% a compliment.
Okay. This is almost a compliment.
Yeah, it's Bon Jovi, halfway there, whatever. You would be fine if you just fixed your fucking teeth.
You
And
know
also,
what? That's fair.
I know you don't like it. I liked you with longer hair, personally.
My hair has actually like grown out a lot, so I'm thinking of actually like keeping the length and just keeping it trimmed.
Yeah, because when I met you, you were a regular Shaggy, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah. So people tell me. So people actually like the Shaggy look. It turns out. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll just keep that going. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, because Shaggy is a patron god of sex, so like, of course.
Okay.
If you even resemble the
Goku's
man,
dad.
he's a lot of things. Look, he's a lot of things. People have different
I
interpretations.
thought Bardock just adopted him.
Different sects of the faith have different interpretations of Shaggy. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Except we don't acknowledge the spaghetti monster people. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just reminds me of a post on our Spider-Man comparing fucking Ned and Gank from the Miles Morales game. First of all, Gank's the better one, obviously. But to be fair, Ned is the CEO of sex, so he's got that going for him.
I can't. I'm just reminded of the fucking. I don't remember what anime it's from, but it's something along the lines of like this dude died doing the Ned leads.
I don't remember. I think I remember that, but I don't remember
I'll
that.
put it in the video. Let me make a note.
I'm not even sure. I wasn't there. I don't know how the Ned lead meme started, but it's funny. I'll admit that. But yeah, I'm trying to write more frequently.
Well, you have made one thing, so you're off to a good start.
I'm halfway done with another thing. It's happening.
Oh, awesome. Great.
Yeah.
I also love that tweet you made where you're just like, I think my writing is too detail oriented for how often I update. I'm not changing it, I'm just saying.
Yeah, every time I talk to you, it becomes clear, man, maybe I should... It's a tall order to expect people to remember these finite details from 4.5 years ago.
Yeah, maybe.
My writing is meant to be binged. This is unfortunate as it's taking me forever.
Yeah.
That's fine. If the Freakverse takes me another fucking 15 years to do, I'm gonna do it.
So fucking be it.
Yeah, I mean, one day it will be bingeable, and everyone will see my brilliance, and that's the plan.
Siegfried's
And then
been a
the
genius.
publisher will the editor will finally publish your letters. just reminds me of an old what was it? An old fucking regular car reviews where somebody he's playing the role of a fucking he's playing the role of a fucking like 1970s cheesy like plaid suited salesman trying to convince like an old biddy to buy like a terrible fucking vehicle. I think it was like a Chevy Blazer variant made by Oldsmobile. And it was like, if you purchase this Marianne Reagan-Hammer, everybody will look at you. And she's like, oh yeah, and everybody will take your opinion more seriously. Your opinion will matter, and the editor will finally publish your letters. Oh yeah. Now let's go talk to the finance department.
I used to watch so much regular car reviews, and then I just kind of stopped like 5 years ago. But they're still
makes bangers, man.
They're still trucking along. Yeah.
They're still trucking along.
You'd think eventually he'd run out of cars, but no.
No. The amount of automobiles produced in this country is an insane level.
No,
and some models only lasted like a year and then died.
I'm just saying, like, he posts so frequently. You'd think eventually he'd run out of car models, but no.
He's also recently reviewed a taxi cab, like an actual taxi cab with all of the machinery still in it that somebody was able to acquire, and also one of those 1950s mail trucks.
Oh my god!
and he opened it up. He opened up the video with, "Hey Doug DeMuro, I got a car you can't review."
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
So
I think that goes a little bit beyond regular car reviews, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the joke. I think he's only reviewed like a supercar like twice. I think he reviewed a Ferrari at one point, and then he also reviewed an Audi R8 V10 Quattro or V10 Quattro.
That's what I'm saying. I think I assumed by this point in his career he'd have to get to supercars or something. Then again,
no, he's got a bunch of really bizarre shit that he can do. One of my favorite videos is the Deuce and a Half video where he reviews an old decommissioned military truck.
Yeah.
And one of the things he says is, forget about trying to get parts for this thing. You're not going to an Advanced Auto, slapping your arms down on the desk like a silverback gorilla and saying, I got a cheap M35. Give me an oil pump. Like, it's just not happening. You got to go to like shady parts of the internet, like www.patriotdefenders2a, Patriot Defender 2a bootstrap.
Yeah, some place with a thin blue line banner.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, that's where reduced part hoarders are, and they're all named Mike, and you gotta make friends with them.
You do a great impression of whatever he's doing an impression of.
His voices are like my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
Like, oh god, he's so fucking funny. Yeah. Regular car reviews, everybody, go watch it if you're not, even if you're not into car shit. The shit is philosophical. He's also a philosopher. Like, he's a lit major, right? I'm pretty sure he's a lit major. Yeah. And so he, like, the episode of the PT Cruiser, he literally goes into this whole diatribe about the difference between modernism and postmodernism.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, it's time to talk about postmodernism.
You never quite know what to expect. You never quite know what to expect in regular car reviews.
Yeah, because they're never regular.
No. No, it's like regular show. It's anything but.
It's anything but, yeah. So yeah. It's great. Best car show on the on YouTube, in my opinion.
I gotta watch more RCR.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I throw down for RCR anytime. His shit's fucking hilarious. Yep. He's been doing a lot of trucks recently too, and so there's just a lot of like jokes about toxic masculinity, as a part of that, because truck owners have small PPs. Let's be honest here.
increasingly
Yeah.
small. In fact,
If
I
you're
think
one of those truck owners that actually uses their truck as a utility vehicle, then
Yeah.
that statement does not apply to you. If you're one of those truck culture people who buy a truck because you want a big, imposing, gas-guzzling vehicle, because you think it's more American, a penis pump is a much cheaper way to accomplish what you're getting at.
yeah, there is
Like-
there is an inverse relationship between the size of the truck and the size of the truck's owner's penis.
Yeah, again, unless you're one of those people that actually bought a truck because you actually need the utility of it and
Yeah,
are
yeah.
using it for such,
Yeah,
then I
but-
respect
yeah,
you.
But those fucking
But, like-
pictures showing like an '80s truck versus a truck from today, it's just fucking ridiculous. The trucks today are literally twice the fucking
And they're
size. It's absurd.
$60,000. It's like a truck back then. Like Ford was cranking out mid-sized trucks for like for like 14 grand, and nowadays it's like, and that's adjusted for inflation, 14 grand. And now
Yeah.
it's like you're lucky to get a base model like F-150 for less than 60,000. It's
Yeah.
like they're fucking luxury vehicles at this point. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah. You want
ridiculous.
to see? They've completely lost their fucking blue collar roots. You know,
Yeah,
it's-
they've completely lost them. Like they're
Yeah.
they're just
you
the
want
only
a working vehicle, get one of those fucking South Asian fucking tuk-tuks or whatever.
Yeah, or like just go buy like a Chevy Colorado, because they still make the Colorado small
Yeah.
size truck. It's just nobody
course.
cares about them because it's not a big Silverado.
I gotta get a bigger truck than the other guys in the bar.
My favorite part about the deuce and a half was that it's the enemy of all big truck guys things, because this truck. Because this thing is literally gigantic. This thing is literally the size of a semi. It takes semi parts to repair this thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, so apparently the guy who bought that car, his wife was looking for a truck to haul more mulch after their past truck bought, and it says, "Can you get a bigger truck?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'll go buy a bigger truck." Goes to a military auction, comes back with a Jeep M35. Oh, pulls up in the driveway with this gigantic like 6-cylinder diesel behemoth.
This fucking truck. Yeah.
It's just like, it's like, what are you gonna do? Mess with me? I don't care how big your truck is. It's not bigger than this thing. What are you gonna do? Try to push me off the road? I'll eat you for fucking lunch.
This truck
Like-
nonsense reminds me of that Futurama gag where Farnsworth gets a 300-inch TV and then someone else gets a 302-inch TV and he immediately throws it out the window.
Oh my god.
Bigger numbers. Bigger, bigger, bigger.
But yes, yeah, no.
No, yeah. That's what we've been up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really say much more about what I've been up to, man.
Yep. All right, that'll do it for this first segment. Stay tuned to the Bakagaijin show. Hey, welcome back to the Bakagaijin show with those fucks you know.
Yay! What up?
It's us, the fucks.
Allegedly.
Anyway, we do the Reddit dive.
Yeah, Reddit dive, baby. Been a bit.
Should we do anything on the anime page again?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yes,
Good
we
point.
can look up what is happening in the world of our anime.
Let me tag my discussion, see what their discussion.
Let's see what the discussion is discussing.
When a new season of an anime comes out, do you rewatch the other seasons first? Depends on how long it's been.
Yeah, it's incredibly, like, case by case. Sometimes I rewatch the previous season if it's been a few years. Other times I'm just like, nah, I remember it fine enough. I'll just, go for it and just see what happens.
Yeah, it just fucking depends, and I'm actually kind of surprised sometimes at how long I can go remembering stuff. Like, I think the season of Shadow's House is coming like 2 years after the last one, and I remembered everything fine.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, yeah, especially, yeah, yeah, and it also depends just how dense the work is. Like, when ReZero Season 3 comes out, like, I'm watching the first two again, because that shit's dense.
Yeah, it also depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes I am very impressed at how much information I remember on like the previous
Yeah.
seasons of anime. I think the longest gap I went with like watching an anime, like the last time I watched an anime and seeing its new season was when Full Metal Panic 4 came out, because it had been like 7 or 8 years since I'd seen, like, the second raid, which was the previous season. So, like, and I remembered everything just fine from the second raid, so I didn't have an issue. But, like, then there are other seasons, like, then there are just other shows where I'm just like, you know what, I could use a refresher course. Let's go through the previous season again. Though with that, I can't really figure any, like, direct comparisons that come to mind, like, spring to mind immediately.
Yeah.
It's heavily situational.
It just depends. Should English openings come back? No.
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 The last time I remember that happening was the fucking Blue Ocean World Trigger dub, and that was bad. Let's not do that.
Yeah, because, like, I think what people are thinking about is,
like, I'm gonna be like yes, I like a Lee and Lee cover as much as the next weeb, but, like, it's such a crapshoot whether they turn out well or not, and honestly, there's just no point to it anymore. Just play the fucking opening.
Yeah, I think people are, like, remembering stuff like when Funimation began dubbing One Piece, and they did English translated versions of all the openings. But what people tend to forget is that some of those openings and endings were fucking terrible.
Not everything is Dragon Soul, okay?
Yeah, like, okay, even then, there were multiple versions of Dragon Soul, and some of those were bad.
Yeah.
Like, Sean Schemmel was okay. The Vic Mignogna version, fucking awesome. The Greg Ayers version, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, it is heavily
I will say that the
dependent.
English opening for Rave Master is pretty fucking cool, but that's only because, like, it was done by Real Big Fish.
Yeah.
You know what this?
You know what this
anime needs? Fucking ska.
I mean, there's good ones. It's just, like, in general, I don't think it needs to happen.
Yeah, English anime openings are a relic of a time when the Japanese origins of a lot of these shows were deliberately obscured for the sake of being more accessible to a wider audience, but that is just not really a thing people give a fuck about anymore. Like, if you're into anime, you know it's from Japan at this point, so...
Hopefully.
Like, the whole English...
Some of y'all, I'm not so sure.
The whole English translated opening thing is just... It's a relic of the past at this point. We don't need it to happen anymore, and it's arguable if it needed to happen in the first place. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
So, like, we don't need it anymore.
What anime must one watch to be considered a connoisseur of terrible anime?
Oh.
Well, let me just sort my Mal list by lowest to highest. Because I said, I think this was the entire point.
I think if you're a connoisseur, you have to watch animes that are both terrible, but also have, like, legitimate charm to them.
Yeah.
Like, just watching terrible stuff and then, like, that's not enjoyable and completely forgettable doesn't count. Like, you have to watch the legendarily bad ones.
Yeah, like, the
Like,
stuff that...
We have to go for, like, The Room quality stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that springs to mind is shit like, fucking... Like I'm pulling from, like, the classic, you know, so bad it's good anime stuff like fucking Garzy's Wing, or Mars of Destruction, or MD Geist.
I don't know if you need to finish it, but I think everyone should have the experience of watching Nagi no Asukara and then watching Glasslip.
This is PA works at their best. This is PA works at their worst.
See, when people say, like, watch terrible anime, like, the first things that come to my mind are things like High School of the Dead.
Okay, that's not a bad anime, it's just an
Yes,
incredibly
it's fucking
schlocky
atrocious.
anime.
No, it's fucking atrocious. But it is zombies and tits.
Okay,
the two
maybe
laziest.
Maybe it's just because I also read the manga for High School of the Dead, and I understand how the anime just accentuated all of the most, for lack of a better term, trashy elements of the manga. So, like, maybe that's part of it, but Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Yeah, I'm just going through my list here.
I went to the So
What?
Bad It's Horrible anime page, and there is a section for repeat offenders. The first listed is Crunchyroll. Let's see, X-Arm. Yeah,
Yeah,
X-Arm is pretty
Yeah.
bad. I still love the fucking ANN reviews that just turned into shit posts halfway through.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep, there's Mars of Destruction.
No, that's just I was just joking. That's my personal opinion. Like what I qualify as terrible anime, like the stuff that is nothing but like
Okay,
uninspired fan service.
The way
stuff,
I'm interpreting
like,
this
is
is that
terrible. But like, there's stuff that's like legitimately way worse than that.
yeah, like the stuff I'm thinking of is like having, because when you think about being a connoisseur of the medium, I think of watching things that have a lot of promise that just that continually fail to measure up to their promise. And to me, I think the premier example of something like that, where you watch like the premiere and you think this is going to be a good time, and then it just continually disappoints you, is Guilty Crown.
Oh, that's a hard hitter. Oh, Guilty
Yeah.
Crown's a hard hitter.
That was the most disappointing anime I've ever watched in my entire life.
Oh
It
god,
had so much promise. It had so much promise. You had Sawano-san doing the music. You had a great studio doing the animation. It was gorgeous to look at. Had great great looking characters. Lots of dramatic tension. But it was so convoluted.
I think we
Yeah.
found it. I think we found our answer. If you want to be
Yeah,
a connoisseur of bad anime, watch Guilty Crown.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like one of those people who, like, you know, I watched the Anaka, which is a convoluted series, but I actually understand that show.
Yeah.
And like I could give you like a dissertation on everything that's going on in that show. It requires a dissertation
Yeah.
because there's a lot of subtext in that show. There's a ton of subtext in that show. But
I think another good example
like,
for this is
with Guilty
definitely
Crown?
Astral Ocean, though.
Yeah.
you know what?
Oh,
I will disagree with you. I don't think. Look, Anaka 7 is a masterpiece. The original is an absolute masterpiece. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings. If I try to compare everything that comes after it to the original, I'm going to be disappointed because you can't make animes like that anymore. Like, I don't think you can. Like, there are so many layers of story and depth, and so many people watch that show over and over again to grab it all. There's no way that Astral Ocean was going to be as interesting. That being said, I don't think Astral Ocean was a terrible anime. It just is such. It just can't hold a candle to the original. So it's automatically going to be a disappointment. But in a vacuum, I don't think it's a bad show. It would have been a perfectly pleasable, passable. If it was the first show in the series, people would have been hooked on it because it's a very interesting universe and it actually has a lot of good dramatic tension and stuff. But because it was preceded by such an utter masterpiece, there's no way it could ever look good by comparison.
Yeah.
I think it's unfairly judged as a show by itself.
Yeah.
Possibly. It's been a very long time.
Well, I just rewatched it about a year ago, and I didn't hate it. And I thought the fan service that was in there was very well managed. And I thought the way that it connects to the original universe at the end is also some brilliant fucking writing. Like, I will give it that much credit. It's like, you may not give a shit about anything that's going on in this universe, but the way they connect it at the end is actually brilliant. But outside of those two things, like, you're right. It's kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like anything that comes after Lord of the Rings is going to be a letdown because you have to compare it to an absolute lightning in a bottle masterpiece.
Oh, another thing that had a lot of promise that just flopped considerably, that had a lot of hype behind it, Dimension W.
Oh god, fuck. Oh man,
Yeah.
episode 1 was so good, and everything after that just continually disappointed you.
Mm-hmm. Funimation hyped the shit out of that.
This is our big original anime. It's gonna be the next big thing, and it's just like at the end, it's just like a very disappointing 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
It started off so good. The character designs were amazing. The production quality is fantastic. The music is great.
I still jammed to the fucking opening.
The opening
That shit slaps. Just slaps.
Yeah. God. Yeah. Dimension W hurts. Dimension W really hurts. Ugh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Um.
Man, Funimation was proud of that one.
I feel like Funimation only saw like the first 4 episodes and went, "Yes, this is the next big thing," and then the rest of the show happened.
Darling in the Franxx.
No, I love Darling in the Franxx. You shut up.
Darling in the Franxx is not a terrible anime. It's just one of the most disappointing animes.
No.
No.
No. I love it. I think it's a solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, but it was leaning into a 10 out of 10. That's why it's disappointing. It was leaning into one of the greatest animes ever made, and then they completely fucked it in the end.
No, I like the ending. I don't like the climax, but I like the ending. No, I think it's extremely overblown. I actually think, because people say it stops being good at episode 15, I actually think it doesn't get bad. I don't think it actually gets weaker until like episode 21, and then it picks up right at the end. But like the entire climax is pretty gimped. I'll give you that. But I actually like the direction things went after episode 15. And I'm gonna be honest, I really fucking hate going to bat for this show because thematically, this show is everything I'm against. This show is literally the exact.
That's the other thing I want to mention. Like the entire game is the entire fucking piloting system is a euphemism for butt sex. Like it's just.
I don't mind that, but it's like
I mean, okay, I do. I think it's fucking ridiculous and stupid and insulting to my intelligence. But okay.
No, I think it ties into greater thematic points. It's just the thing I don't like going for the bat for the show because like it stands on like fucking humanity and like purpose and immortality and shit is like the exact opposite of what I believe, but I still go to bat for it because I think it's well told. So yeah, one of these days I gotta make that fucking video, Kevin.
Yeah, one of these days, in defense of Darling in the Franxx, yeah.
Yeah, one of these fucking days. Yeah, no, I disagree with that. I can't think of anything else right now. Let's go to a different thread. I'm gonna close that one.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything else worth talking about here. What is the reasoning / actual benefit these companies have for licensing their anime to Netflix? Money! Netflix got that cash, boy!
Look, the anime industry is known for struggling for big wads of cash right now. Like any independent project almost ends up in the red.
You talk
like,
to any
merchandise sales and stuff. The anime industry is notoriously low profit.
Yeah.
So anytime Netflix looks at them and throws them at me, I honestly agree with it because I can't blame them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
credit earn money.
Yeah, it's like indie devs going to EGS. It's like, you know, they get such a great deal there.
Yeah.
It's like you can't blame them.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that Netflix is like dabbling in at like a medium that they don't truly understand. Look at their live action adaptations just for more information. But at the same time, like I can't deny a positive effect on the anime industry's finances and whether we like it or not, it's probably going to end up as the future.
Yeah, like if you talk to any producer or director or like animation director for like an anime and ask them like why did production switch over to Netflix, they will tell you because they gave us more money, and that is literally the only thing. It's like they gave us more money and they gave us a guaranteed distribution platform. That's the only reason.
And like I gotta give it to Netflix and that they are very hands off. You know, because like some of the shit that they have produced, it's just like the weebiest shit, like High Rise Invasion, or fucking the later parts of Seven Deadly Sins. Like it's like
the only thing I wish, like, no, the one series I've watched of theirs that I was truly disappointed with was who was that? Was it the it was the one about the arcade?
High Score Girl. Games.
Yeah, that show looked terrible.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That show just looked fucking terrible. I'm sorry.
That and Way of the House Husband were not good.
That was totally the director. That was like the director's fault though, because he had that whole fucking. I read that interview with A&M
Yeah.
where it was like we thought this was they genuinely thought that was the best approach.
Yeah, because it's like,
And I don't get it.
The paneling and the art is so good. Why should we change any of it? And it's like, oh god, fuck.
I mean, what he basically just said was the manga's so good. Why don't you go read that?
That is not a good.
Yeah, like I don't like. And the funny thing is, he even said it didn't cost them any less. So I'm so baffled by that.
God,
Like
fuck.
that was not a corporate overreach thing. Like they just genuinely thought that was the best approach for
I
it.
can't get over the way of the house husband anime because like that anime when it was announced, people were fucking hyped for it, and they saw like
Yeah.
the director was someone people really liked, and you know it had a good person on like series composition, and like people were like, yeah, this is gonna be really good, and then the trailer comes out and it's literally just like fucking colored in still frames from the manga. And everyone's just like, what the fuck is this?
We're doing it a disservice calling it an anime. It's a vomit.
It's a vomit. I think they actually advertised it as like a vomit in Japan, but like
Yeah.
for the English release, they announced it as like a Netflix animated series when it's barely animated at all.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, no, Way of the House Husband was bad, but again,
I forgot.
that was a thing that was not on Netflix. That was on the director of the anime, just fucking huffing paint fumes.
Yeah.
But yeah. God, fuck.
Yeah. Let's see. I like this. I like talking about anime. It's pretty good. We should do it more on our anime.
Fun.
We should do it more on our anime podcast.
Concept idea.
What would you like to change about your favorite anime and why?
I mean, if it's my favorite, then there's very little that I want to change about it. That's the thing.
I'd like Hunter x Hunter 2011 to do the first episode over again.
Yeah.
It's incredible to me that I could say the worst part about Hunter x Hunter 2011 is the first episode.
Yeah. Because, like, the big thing about Hunter x Hunter 2011 is that they went out of their way to remove any and all build-up and foreshadowing of Kite before his actual first appearance. And then when he actually appeared, they just fucking info-dumped all of it.
I don't know why they did that.
I want SAO to insert a filler episode in the second season where it's just Kirito beating the shit out of fucking Basement and Digibro.
I want SAO to be an actual harem. That would improve it.
Yeah, but I just want an episode where he just fucks the haters to death with his sword.
Yeah.
So that would just make that series like 10 out of 10 instead of a 9.5 out of 10.
My favorite anime is Gurren Lagann, and if I had to say one thing that I wish would happen with Gurren Lagann is like there's a lot of stuff in the set. Like I would not change anything.
And he also one more thing. Also, he makes Joey the Anime Man watch. Anyway,
so
continue.
So Gurren Lagann's my favorite anime, but there are a few things that I would probably change about it. I know this is considered a hot take among like the Sakuga community, but I'm sorry. Episode 4 doesn't look good. I know the animation director. I know the animation director for that episode did Beck. I understand people like Beck. Unfortunately, the style he went for in Beck doesn't work in Gurren Lagann. I'm sorry, it's janky, it's off-model, the character faces look fucking terrible, and it's all fucking, like, jerky and weird-looking, and it doesn't fit with the rest of the show. I'm fucking sorry.
Yeah,
it's not good.
I fucking hate... I call them literal smooth brains, but, like, the people that are just like... There's that specific sect of Sakuga fans who think like the looser and fucking more blobous animation is the better it is, like the fucking second half of Space Dandy.
Yeah.
I get that where it's like, I just thought it looked fucking awful because like there's so little, it's so fluid that it's actually lacking detail.
That's the thing. The problem with episode 4 isn't that it's too fluid. The problem is that it's too fucking stiff. Nothing has
Yeah,
impact.
that one, yeah.
Nothing has impact. None of the comedy lands because of this, and all of the framing is like super static and limiting. It's not good. I've watched that episode so many times, and I'm struggling to understand how people like it, how people think it's good.
Yeah.
Like I would.
If I had to change anything about Etika 7, it would just be like take the few episodes where the alternate animation director did animation and just fire him.
But yeah, I would change that
Because there's a couple of episodes where like the character design, like the character animation, just looks fucking terrible. Like
Yeah.
they're just drawn wrong. Like
Oh, I have
they're
a good. Oh, sorry.
Oh, also, the other thing I change about Etika 7 is just completely remove the arc where Etika gets fucked up hair and scars. Like, still have the arc, but have that shit grow back in less than, like, 9 months. Because she's a fucking eyesore for, like, the rest of the series. And I get that's kind of the point, is she's, like, she's, like, you know, it helps add drama to her situation.
Yeah.
But, like, good God, it's an unappealing, like, Gara Reka is a horror thing to look at. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a good, actually a good example for a good answer to this question.
One of my favorite anime is Shinsekai Yori. And the only thing I don't like about the anime is the some of the deviations they made from the novel in the last like third.
Yeah.
Where they
Yeah.
like they de-emphasize certain things in favor of other things. I'd switch that back around. But
Yeah.
like yeah. Other than that.
Speaking of like redoing the last half of a show back to Gurren Lagann, I love the time skip segment in Gurren Lagann. I think it's the best part of the show, but there's a lot of stuff that was introduced in the movie adaptation that I prefer that would work really well if it was given more time to be expanded upon and if it were reworked into the plot of the TV series. Like the entire final fight against the anti-spiral in the second movie is better than the final episode of the show, like flat out.
Damn, dude, spoilers.
It's not really. Anyway, but yeah, like the final fight, like the way that's handled in the movie, like just transplant that back into the TV series, foreshadow a couple of things that were kind of just came out of nowhere in the TV series a little bit better, but like that's all I would really change in Gurren Lagann. Like episode 4 and some of the adaptational stuff, and sorry, like some of the build up and execution of the time skip arc.
Discussion post: why do all high schools in anime look the same? Because all high schools in Japan look the same.
Pretty much. Yep.
Very standardized. There are like a handful of anime high schools that look slightly different. Like I don't quite know why, but the one in K-On! Is like super wooden for some reason.
Yeah. Very.
The school in Madoka Magica looks entirely different. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like a real place.
Yeah, that's
The school
But
is,
then again,
this-
90% of everything in that show doesn't look like it's grounded in reality. So whatever.
Madoka Magica in general is like a design student's orgasm. It's great.
It's just shaft masturbating. That's what that show is.
It really is.
yeah. I'm not seeing anything else good here. So let's go to the Reddit dive.
Yep.
Let me just I gotta load up my fucking saved posts again.
I did find a very interesting Tifu the other night from a couple
And you
years
didn't
ago.
send it to me. You didn't send it to me. Crazy.
I did not. I decided to save it.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a large Tifu. Today I fucked up by putting a rock in my ear, then leaving it for roughly 13 years. Oh yeah, this is bad.
Do we even need to read this one? Today I fucked up.
Well, it's more like 13 years ago I fucked up, but
Homie.
you know.
Homie.
So
Bruh.
I love the first.
Go ahead.
I love the first sentence. Bit of context: I was a fairly dumb 9-year-old at the time this happened. I'm 26 now.
You were?
Yeah,
You
and
were?
you're still
Crazy.
dumb, OP. Well, it begins at a smallish outside family gathering on my dad's side. My parents split up for some years earlier, and my mom had primary custody, and I had spaced myself from the other children and took up refuge beneath the adult table. It's where I got to hear all the awful rumors and jibber-jabber, so why not, right? While I sat among the rubble and dirt, I had this amazing idea to put pebbles in the ridge of my ear now and again, and treat them individually like a car on a racetrack. Again, I wasn't bright.
What?
Yeah, I'm playing Hot Wheels in my ear canal. I fucking love it. Well, I drove one of them bitches right into my ear canal. That said, I flipped out at the idea that this object slid into my ear and suddenly I can't remove it. Not a single adult was even aware I was under the table by this point, because of course all the brats were locked in the backyard. So when this screech of terror left my mouth, all that was heard otherwise would have been knees against the table and diningware clattering. I lost my mind. My dad yanked me up and immediately took me to the bathroom and started the hydrogen peroxide treatment to the ear, assuming it was just a panic attack, and that it was earwax agitating my eardrum or something. Probably not the most keen reaction, but the thought process was sound. Whatever, really. Either way, after what seemed like hours, him, his mother, brothers, and sisters reassured me that it was fine, saying it probably fell out and that I was overreacting. Okay, sure. Let's skip ahead a bit. It was roughly a 2-year span between 14 and 16, and I'm in high school. This is where the real fun begins. Equilibrium issues emerge. Sprinkles of lost balance mostly. I could no longer submerge my head in water for more than a few seconds. High and low pressures made me sick. Plus, general discomfort over little things like showering, sleeping, traveling was a nightmare, really. I get to thinking about things and grab a simple paperclip, then bend it straight, putting a little loop on the end before fishing around in my ear for that quote-unquote imaginary rock I had long ago forgotten. All I hear is scrapes. I admit, I immediately start to panic before rushing off to my mom, who rightfully rushed me to the hospital while demanding why she hadn't been told up until now. That's another topic entirely. I feel like it's the same topic, OP. I feel like this is the same topic, OP.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you know. The doctor said I was faking, examined my ear, and said I just had compacted earwax and was likely trying to get out of school. Right. It was probably June at this time. Your doctor's a fucking idiot. My mom didn't really believe him, but I decided, balls to it, let's get some hydroperox, because fuck hospitals, really. Skip along the years a bit more. I'm 18, and I know for a fact that there is something in my fucking head. I'm losing it. So I hit the hospital again, and this time the doctor outright states there's definitely blockage. I'm not sure if it's a rock, but I can certainly try to help. So this professional, capital P professional, pulled out this gnarly-looking pair of scissor hemostats and gets to just having his absolute way with my ear canal, trying to get a grip on this smooth object. It was audio torture, hands down. Rubbing steel to granite, but centimeters from your eardrum, and this went on for at least 4 minutes until my ear began to bleed lightly. The end result...
I think OP knows how big a centimeter is.
Yeah. The end results... You'll need to see a specialist. The specific type eludes me, but basically it was the same guy that removes peanuts from toddlers' nasal cavities. I'll admit right now, my choices hereforward were dumb as all hell. The sight of my ear bleeding sent me off the deep end, and I began refusing all help entirely, only trying to remove it myself from that point on, and truthfully just torturing myself when I reflect back. Let's time jump one last time. I'm 22, couple months away from 23. I have a wonderful girlfriend, things are great, but headaches have developed and are a reoccurring thing. However, my balance issues have basically been worked out. Great. But now out of the blue, I'm losing my hand-eye coordination. Well, damn, you know, I attributed it to the rock in my fucking skull. I lost it yet again and went on a rampage this time, demanding my girlfriend give me all her dental and dermal tools so I could dig this chunk of earth out of myself. 3 different sized hoops, still sticks, a couple of mirrors, a flat-ended rod, and a hooked stick. But that last one was phased from the situation immediately. This was the beginning in some sense to my 20-minute conquest to become a pro surgeon, and I locked myself away to be alone, working and prodding these weird little hooped rods around in my ear, mostly loosening wax and grinding against the round sides of the admittedly small stone. Eventually, the rod's end slipped absurdly close to my eardrum and wrapped around the rock. In an instant, I froze, but my heart began pounding through my chest. Jackpot! Now, you see, this is a difficult feeling to explain in person, let alone through text. The pain from pulling this earwax-lathered object from my ear canal was like a migraine shifting from my left ear to my right ear, while in the same sense it felt like I was passing a kidney stone from my skull. All in all, 2 out of 10 wouldn't do it again. But now it's totally out and I have put it away in a Ziploc bag. I had no real recovery issues, I guess. As soon as the rock was out, my hearing was incredible in the one ear, for an entire day. Now it just rings occasionally. My balance won't ever be the same, I feel, but it's fine enough as is. Otherwise, underwater swimming is a no-go. I have minor sensitivity to changing atmospheric air pressure still, and I get occasional headaches around the right side of my head. Not a bad trade-out, and he posted a size difference versus a fucking dime. So, let me get the size reference image and post it in... you know what? Let's post that in lobby chat, and I'll put it in the video too, because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Lobby chat.
Show me the money.
Boom. That's what it looked like.
That was in his ear?
That was stuck in his ear for 13 years.
How the what? How do you live like that?
I don't know. How did you do this, OP? God.
How does that even fit in your ear?
I don't know. This happened when he was 9. It was in there until he was 22.
That is definitely a fucking horror premise. Some dumb bullshit you did as a child just suddenly rears its ugly head and fucks up your life now.
Large Tifu is right.
Yeah.
For everyone...
That could, honestly, that could have qualified for an XL as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So, edit. For everyone calling me an idiot, trust me, I know. For everyone concerned about my follow-through, it was 3 years ago, and I've been to the hospital between then and now for basic checkups, and have mentioned the stoned ear before. It's fine, this is why I can laugh it off. TLDR, I put a rock in my ear at 9 years old, went to 2 doctors, one didn't believe me, the other couldn't help, pulled it out myself after 13 years when I was 22, and now I can't swim underwater, storm cells give me minor headaches, and I have poor balance.
Yep.
Yeah, top comment is pretty good. All those years and no specialist intervention, you're lucky you can hear it all, and even luckier you didn't develop mastoiditis. That shit can kill ya. I popped one of my eardrums a couple of years ago. By the time I got to a specialist, it had healed, but there was a huge clot stuck to it. The sound of someone pulling a clot out of what seemed like the center of my head was something else. Most bizarre sensation, too. Yeah, you're a dumbass, OP. This was bad. You just let that shit sit there for 13 years. How? Why?
Because it seems like nobody fucking took him seriously.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, you can see why I had to read this, because I was just reading through this last night like, oh my god, I'm sharing this on the show tomorrow. This is wild.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah. This is a pretty interesting... This is an interesting one. So, I'll just pass the baton to Zeke here for the first one.
Alright.
Or second one at this point.
Sure, yeah. I'll do a large Tifu as well.
Okay.
Today I fucked up by forgetting to lock the shower door at my university.
Oh boy.
Throwaway account because I know people IRL who use Reddit, and I would really prefer them not to find this out. I, 19M, live in a residence hall at my university with mixed-gender floors and semi-private restrooms/showers. I've always struggled with memory, but have recently been given some new medications to improve it. I thought my memory issues were over, but I just made the single most embarrassing mistake I've ever made. I went to take a shower like usual, but didn't quite click the door lock in all the way. Now my university uses button-style locks on every bathroom, which look very similar open and close, so I didn't notice. I get in the shower as usual. My university has a large number of exchange students, and some are even on the same floor as me. 2 French students were rooming in the dorm right next to me. Let's call one of them Mary. Sorry, Marie. Marie. I didn't think that the showers would be particularly in demand around midnight on a long weekend because everyone should be out partying, right? So I thought that I could take my time drying my hair so I don't soak my pillow. I'm on Reddit. Did you really think I would be doing anything but going to bed on a weekend? I stepped out of the shower, made sure to turn it off so I could save a bit of water. Big mistake. I tend to do things rather quietly, and that includes drying my hair. I have longer hair, so this process takes quite a while, usually around 5 to 10 minutes. I should also mention that I dry my whole body carefully in an effort to fight some pretty severe dermatitis I've
Yeah.
had since my early teens that has always left me pretty self-conscious and contributed to social anxiety that started about 2 years after it. So around this time, Marie decided she'd like to use the bathroom before going to bed. There are both normal bathrooms and combination bathroom showers, and because she rooms right next to me, the closest bathroom is the same for both of us. Unfortunately, this is where I was drying my hair. For whatever reason, Marie decides not to knock as she reaches for the door handle. I see a glint of silver, and I'm filled with horror as I see my side of the door handle quickly twisting around.
Oh boy.
I have not gotten dressed yet, so I quickly jerk my towel down with both hands in an effort to make this post safe for work. and succeed by about 1/10 of a second. But it's too late to avert the crisis. Before I have time to shout stop, the door is open to the hall and I'm making eye contact with the stunned Marie from next door. We both screamed. I quickly blurted out some apologies and crunched my legs and torso in an effort to ensure that I'm as hidden as possible. But it was like trying to take cover behind a piece of string. It was simply too late. But at least I managed to hide the hot dog. The door slams shut and I continue to apologize profusely, not really caring if she can hear me or not. I say to myself that I'll never manage to live this down and quickly dry off and get dressed, and I rush back to my room. Later that day, I'm having lunch at the dining hall, so I don't notice, but I'm a mere 2 tables away from nobody else but Marie. I feel so much shame as a result of this that when I make eye contact, I turn blood red and quickly spin around and eat the rest of my food, looking directly away from her. I feel so terrible about this. It was a mistake, but I'm not sure if I did the right thing, and I'm horrified to think of the social implications. I don't want people to think I'm some kind of pervert, but I'm worried that that's exactly what will happen. Additionally, the awkwardness is even more horrible because I live right next to her and will probably see her frequently throughout the rest of the school year. I don't know how to forgive myself for this, or even if I should, really. Dude, this is not large Tifu worthy.
Dude, this is like... I'm not even sure if I would call this a Tifu.
This is medium at best.
This is like just... You had it... Like, she walked in on you while you were naked doing shit. It's whatever, dude. Calm down.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I kind of got over the being seen naked thing when I was like 12.
Zerdon, what do you make of this?
It's not a big Tifu, dude. Whatever.
Yeah, compared to fucking rock lodged in ear for 13 years, this is like... This is pretty fucking small.
That's the bar. I mean, come on. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll send Sarah in one here.
Excellent.
Give me a half a piece a second before you do that.
Okay.
So how about them Knicks, huh?
Yes.
Nah, man,
No,
it's all about the
like-
Mets, baby. It's about the Mets. You gotta love the Mets. Gotta get a home run.
Yep.
No, man, it's the Knicks, man. You don't like the Knicks? You don't like basketball? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
If you're busy, maybe I'll just read another one real quick. This
Yeah,
short
go
one
for it.
here.
Go for it.
Yeah.
I will read
Okay.
the next one.
All right. Am I the asshole for siding with my friend after he cheated on his wife? Throwaway comp for anonymity. My 27M friend 24M and his wife have been married for 3 years and have 2 small babies. Recently, another woman reached out to his wife to tell her that a few years back, while they were living in separate states, he was in the military, they slept together. Classic story. Classic military story.
Yeah.
This has caused a great deal of havoc to their marriage and things have been super tense. However, the wife has been extremely toxic lately, and although I understand she's hurt, she is taking advantage of the situation to get her way on everything. Most recently, she's basically guilt-tripped my friend into buying an expensive cat because, in her words, she, quote, deserves it. They already have 5 other cats and 2 small babies, and not a lot of economic resources to add another expensive cat into the mix. My buddy agreed as a way to keep the peace. He's trying to save his marriage, but at what cost? She's doing whatever she wants, leaving him the kids to go out late, making him do extra work around the house even though he works at a very physical job, and now the whole cat situation. I told my wife the situation and how I think she's being unreasonable, but my wife says his wife is probably very hurt and isn't dealing well with all the emotions that come from finding out he cheated. As I said, I can empathize, but that's no excuse to treat my friend like dirt. There's a healthy and unhealthy way to deal with the situation. She's choosing the unhealthy way to go
Yeah.
about it and causing more damage. My wife is now mad at me. She said she will take the wife's side on everything and support her in whatever she needs. He's the one that messed up after all, and he needs to deal with the consequences of his actions. She says he should give her whatever she wants, but where do you even draw that line? When will he stop paying for a mistake from years ago? This has created a rift between me and my wife. Oh God, it's spreading.
Oh, God.
But I don't think I'm being the asshole here for taking my friend's side. Look, I know what he did was awful, but two wrongs don't make a right, and she's just being spiteful and selfish, getting her way in everything she wants, and guilting him into big decisions that will only hurt their family even more.
The sex havers are at it again.
Fucking normies, Shanae!
I think these people just need to split up if they're at a point where the wife is just sort of like holding this over his head forever to like, you know.
Yeah,
to,
like at what point do you consider him to have paid his dues?
Yeah, it's like regardless if you think he deserves it or not, it's like this is not a healthy relationship.
No, it's not.
It's not good for a growing family.
Definitely not. Like, oh God, I'm leaning towards not the asshole here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reddit thinks he's the asshole, but Reddit's stupid, and we don't care what they think.
It's oh God. I'm leaning towards not the asshole because
I think the bigger point here.
Sure. He cheated. Okay, fine. But instead of understanding that this relationship probably isn't going to work out, and instead of, you know, being reasonable or talking it through with him or, you know, doing any other kind of mature, reasonable thing to either keep the relationship going or recognizing that it's not going to work out and, you know, going your separate ways.
Yeah.
You decide to just lord it over him like a god, like just this overbearing cloud of darkness above him.
It's just
like
saying,
this is your sin. Live with it.
Yeah. This is like one of those fucking cartoon plots where one character saves another character's life, so they have to do what they say forever. You know, it's like that shit.
Yeah, I'm not saying OP's friend was in the right. I'm saying
no.
That
I think Reddit's getting too distracted with the taking of sides.
Yeah.
It's not about it's not about taking his side. It's just about recognizing that she is making a bad situation worse by exploiting it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say OP's not the asshole here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say not the asshole.
I'm gonna say not the asshole as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just God, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, can you read one now, Saradin?
Yes, I'm ready now.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
Mail it to me, Zeke.
I sent it. Yeah.
All right, we are going to read one that is it's by the asshole.
What?
Yeah.
An Aita, as it were.
Ah, okay.
Aita for asking my wife rhetorically if she wants our son to get hurt. I, male 28, live with my wife Macy, F28. We have an infant son named Leo. Leo is our first and only child, and is 5 months old. Macy works part-time, and I work full-time. Macy works on Tuesday, but I do not. Macy normally leaves the house at around 8 a.m. to get to work on time, but I like to take the opportunity to sleep in when I can get it. Whenever Macy gets ready for work, Leo will usually start crying in his crib even after he had his first feed of the day. Look, feed and not meal. This does not. Is he a cattle? Like,
is he a vampire?
Is this one of those weird families where they treat their dog like it's their child? Anyway,
is this my son?
Feeding.
Yeah, it's first feeding today.
Oh,
this doesn't wake me up.
Congratulations on your first clean year.
I'm reading the story.
Sorry.
This doesn't wake me up unless he's been crying for a little while because I'm a heavy sleeper. For the past 2 Tuesdays, long time scale here, Macy has decided to take Leo out of his crib and put him in our bed with me right before she leaves work. Oh, don't do that.
No, that's dangerous.
Even when I'm sound asleep. She doesn't do anything to wake me up because she's leaving for work, and Leo stops crying when she puts him in our bed. Luckily, nothing bad has happened yet, but I know the risks of putting a baby in a normal bed with an adult sleeping in it. Yeah, you can crush them. For those playing at home. Leo crawls, and I'm worried that he could fall out of the bed and hurt himself. That's the other one that happened. I talked to Macy about this and told her to just leave Leo in his crib when she's getting ready for work. Macy got annoyed and said that she can't just leave him to cry. And I said I'm a bad father for not noticing and waking up when Leo's in the bed. Wow. Saying that if it was her, she'd notice and wake up. I got angry and told Macy that she's being unreasonable and asked her what she thought would happen if Leo fell out of the bed. I asked her if she wanted Leo to get injured. Macy got really mad in both, and got to stay, and has gone to stay with her sister for a couple of days and took Leo with her, and hasn't been answering my texts or calls. She still hasn't come home. I've never seen Macy this angry with me before, so I'm wondering if I was the asshole or how I approach this.
No.
ETA. I get off work at 4 or 5 a.m. on weekdays, so I'm getting around 3 hours of sleep when Macy goes to work. Macy only works 1 day a week. What? We don't need her income, and I make more money, but she likes... I guess this is a response to someone. But she likes her jobs, and I respect her choice to work. I work 70 hours a week and do my fair share of housework and cooking when I'm... So I sleep like the deceased when I'm in bed.
Jesus, it sounds like you need to work less hours and she needs to work more. We need to split this up a bit more.
Top comment is an advertisement, so I just want to say get Azure with no upfront commitment, pay only for services you use beyond free amounts. That's a really good take on this whole situation. I just wanted to mention that.
I don't see that because someone gilded me early, so I've read it gold right now.
Yeah. No, you're not the asshole. Your wife's a bitch.
Yeah.
He disagreed with me and pointed out a mistake I made. I'm gonna go live with my sister for a few days and ignore all of his calls.
And I'm taking the baby with me.
Where?
All this because she fucking wants to work her 1-day hobby job. Get out of here.
You raised a fair and reasonable
Get him access to that money.
concern, and she didn't like it. You're not the asshole.
You're not the asshole. You do plenty for this family, and she's being unreasonable.
Yep, agreed. Like, I feel like this is incredibly cut and dry.
Well, Reddit says everyone sucks because he's ignoring a crying baby, but I'm like, I feel like there are so many other variables to consider before that.
There are, sometimes kids cry because they're just, sometimes babies just cry. It's not necessarily a bad thing on you if you don't wake up to a crying child, if you're not conditioned to that. That's not a judgment on
they'll
you.
cry when nothing is wrong. If nothing's wrong, you don't got to do shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, but also it's just like, it's because of her that we're in this situation in the first place. You know, like why are we splitting the workload this lopsidedly? You know.
If you're at home like all the time, I'm sure she takes care of the baby, like that. Otherwise, the baby would be dead at this point, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure she does something to take care of the baby, and maybe maybe that's the trade-off: is I do the chores, you take.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. But like
at the same time, like you also just need to realize I'm not here to bitch. I'm not here to like point out that you're a terrible mother or anything. I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying, listen, you can't do that. He's gonna get hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. But also, it's just like this situation exists because there's a conflict because she wants to work her 1-day-a-week job that they don't need, that she just kind of wants to do, and that's selfish of her.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, she's prioritizing her little hobby job on the side that she does 1 day of a week over the safety and well-being of her own child.
Yeah, and why does it have to fucking... Yeah, and does it have to be that day? Does it have to be the day that they don't work? You know, I feel like there's a million other ways you could have fucking reorganized your schedules or whatever the fuck you're doing before it got to this point, and that's mostly on her, so I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say not the asshole.
Agreed, not the asshole.
Like, and it's just like, maybe, you know, it's just like she just needs to you guys need to work together to find a better solution.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're not wrong for saying, hey, don't do that.
Yeah, like, it's completely reasonable.
At the same time, that was such an extreme reaction on her part that I wonder about the soundness of this marriage to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'm not usually the guy on Reddit who goes, divorce them, you know, but like in this case, I'm just like, that's such an extreme reaction to her very clearly putting the kid in danger. And I'm just like, you know, if her reaction to getting spited in this way is to put the child in danger, that's probably not a great sign for future. But anyway, I'll send you one, Kevin.
Yeah, you did. Am I the asshole for asking my daughter-in-law to seek help? My 56F youngest son, 30M, recently married his wife, 29F. We live in different states and usually only see each other for holidays, etc. Our son's eldest brother, 33M, was recently diagnosed with autism. While our younger brother and now wife/daughter-in-law were still dating, he brought her home to us so we could meet her. She's always been a little off. She's shy and awkward and prefers doing stuff on a computer to being outdoors. Based. My husband and I are very outdoorsy and live an active life, so I guess we clashed a bit there. She's always been nice, and in the beginning of their relationship, she participated in a lot of our activities, even if she wasn't great at them. She comforted our elder son after his diagnosis, which was a hard blow for all of us. You learn.
How will I live with an autistic son?
Oh god, it's these fucking people. Oh god. The kind of people where it's like, no, not my son. He cannot have autism.
Let me just catch you stimming.
I'm tempted to just say, oh god. Okay, let's see.
Anyway,
I'm tempted to say asshole already. She said she also felt awkward and weird at times, and that it was okay to be different, quote unquote. I suspected maybe she meant this as a way of telling us she was on the spectrum too.
she outed herself.
About 2 years ago, they had their first kid. They had some issues conceiving and lost a baby before having their daughter. She's a great kid and we love her so much.
Oh god, he's already whipped out the asshole voice.
I know. Yeah, you know. Ever since the daughter was born, my daughter-in-law has become even more awkward around us. We invited them over to celebrate the 4th of July. Daughter-in-law was tired and didn't participate in any outdoors activities, but instead insisted on working on the computer while our son was the one playing with his daughter outdoors. Fuck. Blech. I asked her what she was doing in front of the screen all the time, and she just told me that she was catching up on work. This seemed off to me because why wouldn't she want to play with her husband and kid outside? My husband and I spoke privately about our worries that she's not participating in her daughter's childhood at all, and leaving it all to her husband. We both agreed that we should talk to her about it. After dinner, yes, there were drinks involved. No one asked.
Yes, we're sophisticated.
I went away to do the dishes and heard raised voices. When I came back to the table, daughter-in-law was crying as my husband was telling her off quite sharply. He said some things that may have been a bit harsh, but nothing untrue. She stormed off crying instead of discussing the issue further. I followed her to try and talk down the situation, and told her we were just worried about her, them as a couple, their daughter. This is what I told her. I think she should seek help/counseling for autism, as I figured that's why she was offended and that's why she was struggling with motherhood. She was extremely offended and told me she was not autistic, but suffering from postpartum depression. They packed their bags and left in a hurry. Later we saw that she had unfriended both my husband and me on Facebook and blocked us from messaging her.
On Facebook! No! Not on Facebook!
They haven't
Somebody call Zuck, he's gotta fix this!
Oh, and the prom's tomorrow.
Oh no!
They haven't spoken to us since. Our son is apparently furious, according to his brother. We can't reach out to explain our side of things now that we're blocked. Both of us meant well, and it came from a place of worry for our grandchild. Am I the asshole?
Kevin, let's read the top comment.
123 awards.
Thank you, the Lovebirds.
Let me drop a bug in your ear. This woman finds you and your husband just about as obnoxious as the rest of us on this thread. She forces herself to attend family functions so her husband can see his parents, and you and your husband can spend time with your grandchild. That's why she gets on the computer and works, to spare herself the unpleasantness of spending time with you. I don't know if she finds your self-serving drivel about only having her best interest at heart more offensive, or the fact that you act like she's a swamp creature for not liking to spend time outdoors. I'll read between the lines. Your husband had a few drinks, why else would you mention, yes, there were drinks involved, and decided to harass your daughter-in-law. You didn't mind because what he said, quote-unquote, might have been a bit harsh, but nothing untrue, which is asshole code for being deplorable, is okay as long as you stick to the brutal truth as you see it. Meanwhile, you describe her as participating, quote, in a lot of our activities, even if she wasn't great at them in the beginning. She's always been a little off, and she stormed off crying. Good thing you were there to follow her to explain how she's so messed up and that she needs therapy. The way you describe her demonstrates that you don't respect her as a person. Not at all. I don't think that your son is going to give your husband another chance to play tipsy narc with her, or you another chance to go right behind him tearing her down some more. Good for them. You're the asshole in every conceivable way. Edit, thanks for the upvotes and awards, smiley face.
Didn't think to blow up. Check out my SoundCloud.
I think that is a full rundown of everything that went wrong here. Yeah, you're the asshole, OP. Fuck you. I could tell they were the asshole when they were like, our family was devastated when we learned our son had autism at age 33. Like, God, fuck. This shit makes me so mad.
Oh yeah.
I hate it.
Oh yeah.
Oh God. Yep. So yeah. I have nothing else to add. OP's the asshole.
Yeah.
Saradin.
He's a piece of fucking shit.
Agreed. Oh God, agreed there. Hardcore. Alright, I think we're done on that one. Next one.
Yep.
Give me one.
Alright.
God.
Let me see here.
I love how you're like, oh God, he's already tearing out the asshole voice, and I'm like, gee.
Yep.
Wonder why.
Yeah. I'm just kind of struggling between a few of these here. Let's go with copy paste. Let's go with this one.
Oh no. Tifu after leaving my date alone with my roommate.
Oh.
Medium, by the way.
Okay. This probably fits under medium. Okay.
Let's see.
I'm listening.
I needed some beer for this.
You're
All right. This is probably gonna unlock some trauma within me. I didn't come home last night. I had a girl with me. She was confident and cute, and to be honest, I didn't expect someone like her to be interested in spending the night at my place, considering how socially awkward I was during our entire date. My roommate was in the living room when we entered the apartment. I introduced the two of them before excusing myself to the bathroom. I poop whenever I'm extremely nervous. What?
Good to know.
Gets nervous during a board meeting, just shits his pants.
And as you see, our profits this quarter. What is that smell? Oh, unprofessional.
It's in the shag rug.
Not the nice office chairs.
Tell him never to watch season 3 of Game of Thrones in the company of a woman. He'll shit the couch. Anyway, I don't know why, but it's been like that since I was a kid. Seek counseling? Jesus.
Yes.
For most people, the possibility of sex is usually a source of excitement. For an inexperienced, introverted, and socially inept person like me, it's often a source of anxiety. Hence the pooping. We're going to keep coming back to this, aren't we? I decided to have a quick shower afterwards, wash away whatever traces were there of my nervous reaction on the toilet. I must have been in the bathroom for less 30 minutes. I knew it was weird to disappear like that, and I was totally prepared to awkwardly explain my absence. However, when I returned to the living room, I realized no explanation was necessary. My date was sound asleep in my roommate's arms while he was still wide awake. As soon as he saw me, he did the finger in front of his lips shush thing. I had no idea what the two of them did in the short time I was gone, but I smelled weed and I noticed glow-in-the-dark yo-yo toys and hula hoops.
Oh, they had fun.
Which explains why the living room was darker than before. My roommate suggested I smoke some weed to pass the time. I ended up smoking too much weed and eventually fell on the couch. Morning when I woke up, my roommate and my date were in the living room. My first instinct was to check my roommate's room. There they were, literally sleeping together. Most of their clothes were on the floor, except underwear. I tiptoed to my roommate's side of the bed and woke him the fuck up. The two of us whispered back and forth, we were discussing highly classified information. I accused him of fucking my date behind my back, whereas he denied that anything sexual happened and reminded me that he's gay as fuck. Toward the end of our yeah, because I usually when I'm with a homie's date, when I'm with my homie's gay date, I like to take off my clothes and cuddle with them too, and I'm straight. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. I guess the gays
Sure.
are just a little different. The two of us whispered back and
Oh,
forth.
you those gays always sleeping with women.
Yeah, I know, right? The two of us whispered back and forth. Sorry. Towards the end of our whisper war, I didn't know what to believe anymore. I was too upset to think clearly. By the time my date woke up, my roommate and I were in the kitchen preparing breakfast in complete silence. Long story short, my date backed up everything my roommate said. Nothing happened between them. Sleeping on the couch was uncomfortable in my room. Not. The end. I was outnumbered and desperate to diffuse the tension, so I accepted whatever they said. Probably paranoid, but I'm convinced they fucked, which means even a gay guy has been with than I do. TLDR, I brought a girl home, left her alone with my roommate to use the bathroom, and found her sleeping with me.
Wow.
We found him. It's Mr. Stevia Girl.
Number one comment. So the moral of the story is you either shit or get off the pot.
I scrolled down. Next time he brings a date, I'll pull the Uno reverse card and fuck him.
Oh god, that's good. That's good.
And then there's a bunch of people telling him to get a bidet. Yeah, this is a great advertisement for bidets.
For when you have nervous pooping.
That sounds like some psychosomatic shit. You should get that checked out.
Oh my god, what?
Anyway. Oh, it's my turn again.
Yes, it is.
Yep, let's see here. Alright, let's talk about... Wait, hold on. Is this a good one? Let me skim this.
Is it a good one?
Nah, fuck that one.
Okay.
Okay. Am I the asshole for saying everyone deserved to have their feelings hurt since they decided to snoop?
Let's find out.
We'll see.
My bedroom has a lock on the door. One of the conditions for getting the lock put on my door was that I must have 2 keys and keep one with my dad and his wife Sandra, so I could have a key, but they also needed access to one in the house. Is this a teenager writing this? They should have told me that. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted the lock in the first place because Sandra's kids and her and my dad's kids were always wandering in and out of my room, letting their 2 cats in, and my room would often just have cat piss in it, or my stuff would be all over the place. Monday, I got home from school late because, probably a teenager, because
Yeah.
I stopped by my part-time job beforehand. When I got back, Sandra's kids were sad/crying or mad. Sandra yelled for me to see her in the kitchen, and my dad was on the phone with her. While I wasn't home, Sandra let her kids into my room and they rummaged through my stuff until they found all my scrapbooks I make. It's a hobby. I have loads of them. A lot are either of me and my friends or my family. None include Sandra, her kids, or her and my dad's kids. Lately, they haven't featured my dad either. Just my mom, who died when I was 7, my siblings, who are both over 18 and don't live with us anymore, and my extended family. They got their feelings hurt because they saw how many I had and that none of them had a single photo in any of the scrapbooks. They also weren't mentioned in any notes. Sandra and my dad were telling me how badly I had treated them and how I should be ashamed of myself for doing that kind of stuff. I said they never should have been in my room in the first place. Sandra replied that kids often want to be in their older siblings' rooms. I made a face which she realized was me thinking they're not really my siblings. She told me how I broke their hearts and hers because they've tried everything to be my family and have taken me into their hearts, and I have shown clearly with those scrapbooks that I have not taken them into theirs. She told me that should make me feel bad. I told them, my dad and Sandra, that they deserved to have their feelings hurt when they snooped, and her worst of all, because she knew what her kids wanted to do and she unlocked the door for them to do it. Sandra sent me straight to my room. Her and Dad both yelled at me and called me a heartless brat for saying that. Dad told me the kids did nothing wrong. I said he should blame Sandra for opening the door for them to snoop in the first place. He said my feelings are wrong and that it's all my fault they feel hurt. Sandra told me nobody should say somebody deserves to have their feelings hurt. Says the people who tell you your feelings are wrong.
Yeah, no, you're not the asshole, OP. They fucking suck. Holy shit. They
Yeah, your family fucking sucks.
yeah. What's happening here is that adopted, right? Like foster.
No, I think second marriage.
Okay. So what they're expecting is for you to just forget about your old family, and this is your new family. This is the family you're supposed to be with. Like, don't
Sounds
think
like a
about
cult.
don't think about those
Yeah.
don't think about those old people. Think about us instead. And
Yeah.
when it turns out that like they find out that you don't like them and that you miss your old your family from the first marriage, they're like, how could you possibly not like us, the people who help raise you now? How dare you?
The people who rummage through your shit when you're not here unprompted.
Yeah, no, you're not the asshole, OP. These people your family fucking blows. Also, I'm pretty sure this has happened in like 2 other ITAs that we've read so far. The whole thing of like, oh, children love to snoop in their siblings' rooms. Here, let me
Yeah,
unlock the
oh,
door
yeah.
for them. Like,
I mean, what it's really code for is I'm too lazy to be a parent, so they can do what they want.
pretty much. Yeah. This isn't even being lazy. She opened the door for them.
Yeah.
This was deliberate.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. If you snoop and you find something you don't like, that's kind of
Yeah, it's entirely
But, like-
on you. And OP was not wrong. They deserve to have their feelings hurt because this
Yeah.
is something that they should not have allowed. Like,
It's also just like so passive, right? It's like we're not included in the scrapbook, you know. It's not like they found her diary and she had like or he or she, I don't know which gender they are. And it's not like they found their diary. It's like, I fucking hate my new family. They suck eggs. I wish they'd die in a fucking garbage truck
yeah,
fire.
no, it's just like,
not-
I miss my old
it's just,
family.
It's just extremely passive. I haven't thought to put you in my scrapbook.
Yeah.
You know? And I think a reasonable fucking person would look at that. First of all, they wouldn't look at that. But if they did see it, they'd be like, huh, maybe I'm the problem. You know?
Yeah,
maybe I haven't
should
done
do
anything.
better.
Maybe I haven't done anything to ingratiate myself to them yet, you know? But no, it's their fault because their feelings are wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all this fucking... Saradin, what do you make of this fucking shit?
The family's fucking god awful. They sound like a fucking cult
Yeah.
Yeah.
where they're trying to like replace your. They're trying to replace your social circles. Operate on trying to replace. Excuse me, I'm hiccuping beer.
Yeah.
They try to place your first, second, and third social circles, which your first social circle is usually something like your close family. Second circle are like your friends and extended family, and then your third circle is usually like a place that you go, or a community that you belong to, that is amiable, and usually a place you go to escape the other two. And a cult will try to replace all 3 of these. They will claim that they are your family now, that whatever happened in the past, they're not your true family because they're not members of the cult. They're not part of this group. They're not important. They will stray you from the true path. That they may have seemed benevolent, but they were actually the source of evil in life. And getting rid of them is the only way to find enlightenment and be better.
Yeah.
And honestly, that sounds like the same manipulative bullshit that's going on here. So no, you're not the fucking asshole. Your family's a...
God, this one you just sent me, Zeke. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for giving my daughter the ultimatum of paying rent or being thrown out after we found out that she's been failing college?
Yes, but explain.
Okay. Let's see. Wild Dog 7891. My daughter Laura is 20 years old. You're formatting it wrong.
Already. Piece of shit.
My daughter Laura is 20 years old. She's enrolled in a state university and she is majoring in computer science. I recently found out through accidentally finding an email.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Oh yeah, I'm just casually snooping through my
Yeah, I was just walking
daughter's
around and
emails.
I just tripped over an email. Crazy.
God. That is such suspect fucking wording.
I know, right? Like, how do you do that by accident?
How do you accidentally... Anyway.
Oh, it was just sitting on the counter, you know, the electronic mail.
I recently found out through through accidentally finding an email that she is on an academic probation and that she will lose state aid if she doesn't start passing her classes. I brought this to her attention at least twice, but she said she's handling school. I didn't press her on this further, as I didn't feel right micromanaging a grown woman. I
wonder how long that'll last.
Yeah, let's see. I did tell her, however, that if she loses her state aid, she will have to get a job. A semester passes and I find that she's home instead of school. In school, my bad. This has been consistent over 2 weeks, which then I pressed her on this. She eventually did tell me that she failed her classes and she can't pay for it. To me, that means she dropped out. I told her at this point she will have to get a job and pay rent and cell phone in the house. I told her she has 30 days to find a job, which 30% of her monthly check is due. If she doesn't find a job, then she will have to find another place to live. She started crying and calling me an uncaring mother, despite my feeding, clothing, putting up with her shit. Ugh. The wording alone is telling.
I can't believe I had to take care of this thing I made.
Taking her to the doctor and even picking up her prescriptions. She has done nothing around the house except watch videos on her phone and play video games.
Oh,
I come
I
home.
had to go to Walgreens. Feel sorry for me.
I come home from work and find trash on the floor and dishes in the sink. Her room looks like an episode of Hoarders. She's incapable of doing domestic work in the house. The girl could talk about computer code all day and play video games, but she can never take the initiative to pass her classes or clean. She has eaten everything in the house. I can't afford to care for a grown woman, but my daughter thinks I'm the bad guy here. I wasn't sure at that point if I'm being supportive enough. Am I the asshole?
Hey, OP, real quick. Is Laura single?
I mean, 99.9% of the people on Reddit are, so yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not on Reddit. Their mom's on Reddit, which is actually... I mean, they're probably on Reddit. Let's be real.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Anyway. Speaking of be real, I have an interesting tangent for the end of this episode.
Okay.
Kevin, there's a top comment there that was heavily rewarded.
Oh, yeah. This will get downvoted, but based on your replies, you're the asshole. You posted above that she is autistic with ADHD. Oh, yep.
Oh.
You also described her as...
Wow! One of my people!
You also described her as, quote-unquote, lazy, which tells me you don't really understand ADHD. It also sounds like she might have depression on top of this, which is common enough in neurodivergency.
Really, my people?
Oh, crazy.
Neurodivergent people do not need tough love, they need more support to function in a world made for neurotypical people. What about instead of kicking her out, you help her get enrolled in 1 or 2 community college classes while seeking a part-time job? Get her in touch with colleges' accessibility offices to get accommodations in her class so that she can have the most success. And in the meantime...
Yeah, but I think you need accommodations in class.
I think I do. And in the meantime, get back to her doctors and revisit her medications because it sounds like what she's taking isn't working. Look, I'm not absolving her of responsibility. She needs to respect your house and clean up and put in the work to be a self-sufficient adult, but I think she'll have a lot more success with support. I just want to say this to OP. If you're reading this, as a fellow mom of an exceptional child, I get that you've been parenting for 18 plus years. Your battery is drained and sometimes you want to check out of parenting. It's okay to have those feelings, but you gotta dig deep and stick with it when you're a parent. Like any mom, I'm sure you love your daughter and that you just want her, and that you want her to not just survive, but to thrive, right? She just needs more support to thrive than other kids do. You're her mom. It's your job to give her that support. It's what we signed up for when we became parents. You can do this.
I don't know. I think it's a lost cause when you're just like, I had to pick up her prescriptions.
Putting up with her shit.
I had to feed her and clothe her. Oh, wow. Look, I am the victim here.
Fucking asshole.
Look at all this shit I had to do in my life for her sake.
That I signed up
woe is
for
me, the
myself.
child that I signed up to have.
Mm-hmm. No, you're the asshole. And can I have Laura's number? We can get her on the podcast. That'd be great.
Hey, Laura, let's hear your side of things.
Yeah, Laura, if you're listening to this, Laura, get on our podcast. We want to talk to you.
Yeah, you seem cool.
Yeah. We'll just shit on your mom for 4 hours.
Like, really? I'll make sure to eat healthy before that. Somebody's gonna have to make me
Yeah,
nervous.
yeah, I gotta get some nice watery vegan shits going.
Yeah, and somebody's gonna have to make me really nervous.
Well, let's get the other guy on.
Yeah.
Let's get the guy with the nervous poops and have him shit all over your mom for 4 hours.
If it wasn't clear, we think.
Yeah, no. Yeah, OP's the asshole.
Nice.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's beautiful.
That's nice. That's good. Okay, I gotta find another one of these fucking things. Let's see here. Do. Today, medium Tifu. Today I
Okay.
fucked up by today I fucked up telling my mom that I'm not a virgin and pranking her in public.
Oh no.
This morning, my mom dragged me, 16M, to the nearest clinic to get an STD test. My first fuck up was getting into an argument with her the night before about boundaries and letting her push my buttons to the point of getting me to reveal that I'm no longer a virgin. I lied. I'm still a virgin. But my mom got so upset when she threatened to somehow stop me from seeing my slutty girlfriend. Everybody's mom sucked this week.
God, fuck.
I wanted to say something that would show her that I'm not as innocent as she would like to believe. My mom lost her shit when I said that. And promised to get me tested for STDs first thing in the morning. What is that going to prove? Fucking overreaction of the year and completely in character for my mother. Challenge accepted, I thought. If I'm Chad mentality. Parents catch you masturbating, look them in the eye, and finish like a boss.
The classic.
Yep. If my mom was going to embarrass me, I was going to embarrass her. When she was asleep, I got my hands on her phone and changed a few settings in secret. Part of me expected my mom would call off the STD test, but no, there we were, sitting in the busy waiting room based on a lie. The proud expression on my mom's face disappeared when she realized her phone alarm was going off in her bag and it was playing this song. Actually, I've heard of this. Oh, okay, it's Cardi B's WAP. Oh yeah.
I'm assuming this woman is rich, white, and suburban, so that is
boy.
like the most horrendous thing you can do to somebody who watches
Kevin,
Fox News
Kevin,
regular.
I don't think we get copyright struck. I need you to include Cardi B's WAP in this section.
Okay, I'll play it. I'll play it.
I will send just over this whole section. Play WAP. I don't care if we get flagged. I don't care if nobody can watch this in Germany. We're doing it.
Okay.
Anyway, I gotta finish this.
All
fucking
right.
post.
Okay. Let me see. Hold on.
No, I'll send it to you.
No, hold on. Hold on. I need to make a note. Let's see.
Okay.
Segment 2. What is this? Today I fucked up.
Yeah.
Segment 2. Tifu play WAP by Cardi B.
Yep. Anyway, I gotta finish the post. I thought it was an appropriately inappropriate song choice considering the situation. Everyone, sorry, I gotta fucking turn that off. God damn it. No, you keep it on. I'm turning it off for me. I gotta read this.
I know.
Inappropriate song choice considering the situation. Everyone in the waiting room looks at my mom as she fumbled with her phone and struggled to deactivate the alarm, which I named "My Son Fucks," by the way. A little on the nose. But I wanted her to know it was me. My mom managed to turn off the alarm and make me delete that song from her phone. If we weren't in public, she probably would have choke slammed me into the ground and beaten me to death with a condom dispenser. So, I got tested for STDs. I'll know my result in a few days. You know, I'm no doctor, but something tells me all the years I spent masturbating didn't give me chlamydia.
Probably not.
I like this kid. If this is the last you see of me, assume my mom confiscated my phone/laptop for the rest of the day or decade or whatever. Part of my punishment for what happened in the clinic and other unresolved family shit. Practically living in a fucking prison now. But you know what? It was worth it.
This ain't a Tifa, this is petty revenge.
This kid fucks.
This is so fucking funny. You timed an alarm to happen during the fucking STD screening to play Cardi B's wet ass pussy. Dude, that's fucking metal. I love it.
Oh, I love it. This kid's going places. I also want to point out his username is Cannabis for Cannibals.
Oh, I love this kid.
Oh,
Oh,
this
this
kid is
dude's cool.
You are based. Oh,
Find me a cooler person on Reddit. I dare you.
so fucking funny.
Oh god.
Anyway,
You know what? Bring this guy on the show too with the other two.
I should just fucking DM. I should DM this guy this segment. I should just clip this out and send it to him. Dude, you fucking rock. Anyway,
Oh, it's so good.
that's great. That's great. Okay, Cardi B, shut up.
Oh, my face fucking hurts.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I think we're going out on that. Let's go to the lightning round.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep. Unclick these. Let me scroll down here. This is the lightning round, where we read unpopular opinions that are unpopular opinion. Are these opinions unpopular, or do we agree or disagree? Let's find out.
Baller.
Yep. Unpopular opinion, give voice actors a chance. I don't like famous people in animated movies. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure how unpopular that is, but
like
yeah.
like the whole we've had a conversation about this whole thing like regarding stunt casting before. Cast actors based on how well you think that they would actually fit the role, and in a lot of cases in terms of voice acting, you're probably going to end up choosing voice actors because that's what they're good at doing.
Yeah.
Sarah, what do you think of that?
Say what? What?
All right, next one.
Yes, I've been to France. I have no strong opinions. Move on.
Okay.
Unpopular opinion, I think ice cream brands should make mini versions of their ice creams available in more places than the supermarket. Yeah, I'd love free samples. Do it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I love free shit.
Unpopular opinion, I prefer to eat pizza and burgers using a fork and knife, not my hands. Well, you do you, man.
Okay. This is, you know what? You do you. Best of luck. Not me.
Unpopular opinion, electric cars are just a lateral shift to another problem, or electric grid and power production. Among other things, sure.
Saradin, this one's on you.
I need you to repeat it one more time. You clipped out for a second.
Oh, sorry. Unpopular opinion, electric cars are just a lateral shift to another problem, or electric grid and power production.
So actually that's kind of true. It is kind of actually true. The kind of way to diffuse that is that fossil fuels will, instead of powering our vehicles directly, will now be more allocated. Like, oil companies are still going to sell their oil, but it'll be to power plants instead, as opposed to companies.
Yeah.
So it's, for now, it is having a positive effect on. It is reducing emissions, but you're right. We're already going to be looking at things like rolling blackouts in coming years, because our energy consumption is just starting to outweigh, at least in America, our energy consumption is starting to outweigh our ability to produce. And so a lot of the electric grids have literally said you're going to be experiencing rolling blackouts in about 5 years consistently, because because people are overloading the grid. We use electronics more than ever before, and making charged cars, which take a lot of electricity, is just going to increase the need for electric energy, and that means fossil fuels will go from being allocated to running engines to being burned with electric fuel. So it's not a straight lateral motion, and to be fair, the way that they're burning electricity is cleaner than the way they're burning fuel. Sure. But it is not. It's like fixing 30% of the problem as opposed to anywhere close to 100% of the problem.
Mhm.
And I would say 30 is being extremely generous. So that and the creation of the batteries and the fact that we have to dispose of them, the way we have to dispose of them, is actually incredibly damaging to the environment.
Mhm.
So those processes need to be vastly improved before we can say that electric cars are quote unquote good for the environment.
Yeah.
They're
I think
very much a lateral shift.
at best, it's a stopgap measure to better public transportation, among other things.
That is probably the best thing you can say about it. Yes, but people
Yeah.
who are like, "Oh, electric cars, I'm saving the world," like, no, you're
No.
just changing where your energy consumption comes
I
from.
own a Prius. I'm literally Jesus.
Turns out if you're driving from point A to point B, you're still consuming the same amount of energy. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you're doing it in a fuel-based car or electric car. The difference with an electric car is you're just producing slightly less emission. But your energy still has to come from somewhere, and unless your town's powered by a nuclear power plant, or well, actually that's the only way a town can be powered because you can't power a town on wind yet.
Yeah.
But like unless your power is coming from a nuclear power plant, your energy is still dirty.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not actually saving anything. You're not making much of an impact. You still have a carbon footprint, a fairly sizable one. And now you have a lithium footprint. So, it's just one of those things where it's like people can, I think they are the way of the future, but it just means that the fuel is going to be burned differently at a different factory as opposed to in your engine. So it's honestly so no. So I actually kind of agree with that statement.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion: more multi-bedroom homes should have equal-sized bedrooms. I'm searching for a place to rent with roommates, and I've noticed the vast majority of apartments and homes have one huge master bedroom with extremely small secondary bedrooms. It's like the housing market is only designed for families of children.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, almost. Out of dozens of rentals, I see maybe one or two with equal or similar sized bedrooms. It's not a huge deal, it's manageable, but having to decide who gets the huge room with a private bathroom is an inconvenient and almost inevitable situation.
Yeah.
I hate that I have to choose between a tiny room or paying more for larger space. I understand having kids was the social norm 20 plus years ago, but today's builders should consider that not all homeowners or renters are couples with kids. To be fair, though, I mean, like, the stuff they built 20 years ago is still there. It doesn't just disappear because norms change. So
Yeah.
that is true. But yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: if you drive a large truck or van, you should not park at the parking spaces directly in front of the store. It is more difficult to see around your vehicle and dangerous for everyone else. That's going to depend heavily on the actual layout of the space, but I guess in theory I agree.
In concept, yeah.
That sounds more like a rule of thumb than a hard thing.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: naming your child after yourself is really weird. This is true, but also I really want to know if Jimmy McMillan V exists. So, I mean,
Who's this? Kevin 2. Kevin, the sequel.
It is pretty weird, I'll admit. But I think it's weird until it gets so ridiculous that it's fun. Like Jimmy McMillan V.
Yeah. Slippin' Jimmy?
Unpopular opinion: I think underwear should come with pockets. I think you should wear pants.
What the fuck?
Yeah, wear some fucking I don't know, wear some fucking like athletic shorts at least. They have pockets.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like,
This is weird.
Whatever.
Anyway. Okay, unpopular opinion: people imposing too many real-world morals is starting to ruin fiction and fantasy. Yes.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
It's getting ridiculous.
See, the fun part about fiction and fantasy is that it is fiction and fantasy, aka it is not real and does not need to adhere to the rules of reality. So, write whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but it's also just fucking. No, I was gonna launch into a whole thing, but it's too much for the end slate.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a topic some other time. Unpopular opinion: if everyone thought that way, is a terrible argument. Yes, it's ad populism. It's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Antis love it.
They do.
Yep.
God, I'm just reminded of like someone on the internet being like, well, if like you know, aunties have that whole like fucking loli equals pedophilia, which equals you're a child molester.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of thing. There was this one tweet that I saw on Twitter where it was like, oh well, if loli's so acceptable, then why don't you talk about it at work? And there were people who are like, you don't talk about your fetishes at work. What the fuck?
Unpopular opinion: lime and cheese is a disgusting combination. All of Mexico wants out your head now.
Mexicans want to know your location.
Unpopular opinion: 7 out of 10 being considered average is incorrect. Mathematically, that is correct.
Mathematically, it is correct.
Yes.
Case by case basis,
Unpopular opinion: toasted marshmallows are shit. Popular opinion: OP sucks at roasting marshmallows. If you think toasted marshmallows are shit, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're not supposed to put the marshmallow in the fire. You're supposed to rotate it right over the
Incorrect.
heat. What?
Damn, this fucking charcoal is fucking gross. Wow.
It's called caramelization, and it's delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't like it, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: there need to be more sit-down restaurants open late at night. If it was
Yes.
viable, they would do it. If they're not doing it, then it must be an unpopular opinion because it's not happening.
I guess so. I mean, it would be nice, but at the same time, it's like, you got fast food. Fast food places tend to be open pretty late, so.
And bars.
Yeah. Oh, bars, definitely.
Yeah.
Hell, bars can be like a decent, like there are plenty of like bar and grill places that have great food. So like, just go to one of those. Fuck it.
Yeah. Unpopular opinions: Japan should go bankrupt for their tourist policies.
What the fuck?
Do you think their entire economy runs on tourism?
No, but about 40% of it does.
Yeah.
Wow.
If Japan doesn't want to fully open, I think they should go bankrupt. I am so
They already
tired
are
of their policies and
They
feel
already
there
are
plenty.
bankrupt.
Everyone's bankrupt.
Yeah.
Their economy is completely bankrupt at this point. It has been for 20 years. I don't know
Yeah.
what the person thinks they're saying.
That's also true.
Congratulations, you got your revenge.
Also, I want to point out this person's username is Trash Taste C, so we know what podcast they listen
Oh,
to.
Jesus Christ.
There are plenty of other places that deserve my money. We should all boycott the country and let them go bankrupt. Instead, go to Italy, Korea, Australia, etc.
I want to point out.
Currently, no, I gotta finish this.
Okay.
Currently, Japan has decided to act like North Korea and should be treated in a similar
for
manner.
fuck's sake!
What?
Alright, I'm doing the double. I'm smoking out of one side of my mouth and I'm drinking out of that comment.
Made him double down.
This was bad. Oh, that's. Oh, God, no.
You should be ashamed of
This
yourself.
was seriously, that's heinously. Good lord.
Oh, Christ.
I hope that was bait, OP. Otherwise, you're a fucking shit person.
Yes, I listen to Trash Taste, therefore I probably like anime. I want the whole country that produces anime to go bankrupt and stop existing. Do you listen to yourself before you post? Are you retarded? I think OP's retarded.
I think
Yeah,
OP's retarded.
Unpopular opinion: watermelon flavoring is disgusting and overrated. Fuck you.
1,000,000 fucking %.
No, I love
Oh.
watermelon.
No. Watermelon is great. Watermelon flavor, which has nothing to do with watermelon and isn't even derived. from
No.
watermelon,
I
is
will. No,
fucking nasty.
I will agree. It tastes nothing like watermelon. I just like it. The watermelon lime venom is my favorite energy drink.
Yeah, I fucking love watermelon flavoring.
Yeah. The watermelon, like, Starburst and shit, it's great. It's like grape. It's like, yeah, it doesn't taste like grapes, or at least the
Oh,
common
shit.
grapes. I still like it. What?
Nah, I just forgot to mute something on my phone. Anyway.
Yeah, okay. Unpopular opinion, all car doors should slide open like a van. Interesting proposal. Can I ask why?
They think it looks cool, I guess.
Translation: all cars should cost an additional $10,000. You could just have like a hinge with like a stop bar,
I love
or you
this
could
comment.
have a whole sliding mechanism that costs $3,000 more per.
Oh, I love
Your
this
fucking
comment.
choice, dumbass.
I love this comment. Where do you want the front doors of a sedan to slide to? The engine?
I mean,
Uh,
God.
Well, that was stupid.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, I don't want to be cremated or buried. Popular opinion, I don't want to die.
I don't want to be cremated or buried. I want my corpse to be strung up in front of my family's house.
I want to be thrown over a telephone pole like a pair of shoes outside a drug dealer's house.
Just throw me in the ocean. Let the fish feed on my corpse. Like there are so many fucking ways you can
Unpopular opinion, Frank Sinatra's cover of Fly Me to the Moon was the worst one. I don't know, I haven't heard that many. Do I have to do a tier list now?
I have heard funny thing is, like, it's a good cover, and so is Seth MacFarlane's cover of his cover.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Unpopular opinion, having false beliefs is okay.
I mean, you're free to believe that if you want.
Unpopular opinion, I swear I didn't write this. Brendan Fraser isn't a good actor, and the love for him has nothing to do with his filmography.
Oh, I'm about to fucking smack a bitch. OP, what's your IP address?
I just figured you'd enjoy that.
OP, where do you live? What state?
Mhm.
I would like to know. I just want to talk.
Unpopular opinion, cold syrup is better than warm syrup on pancakes and waffles.
No.
No. What?
No, because you're gonna cool. No. False. Objectively false. Because you're going to cool down the fucking pancakes by doing that. So now you have cold pancakes. Do you like cold pancakes? Because if you do, you're fucking retarded.
I like cold pancakes, but I like to make a sandwich with them.
Okay, that's reasonable because nobody wants to put their hands on hot food. But if I'm like forking and knifing pancakes with syrup all over them, I'd like the pancakes to be warm. They're easier to cut, they melt in your mouth easier, they go down nicer, and they're not nearly as hard to digest because like cold pancakes have the issue of like being like really doughy.
Yeah, because the gluten like firms up. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God.
No, I do like that. I do like.
Damn it!
good
I
day
want
after
pancakes now.
Yeah, I do like a good day after pancake sandwich though.
I still warm them up though. Like I still warm them up a little bit. Just
Yeah,
to
I'd
make
probably
them
microwave it.
easier.
But that's
But
only because I like.
like cold syrup on pancakes, you're literally cooling down. It should be at most room temperature. You're cooling down the pancakes and making them harder to eat.
Yeah.
No, you're fucking dumb. Anyway. So I have very opinionated opinions about opinion.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Hey, it's why you're here. Great.
Good thing.
So as a chef, that's an abomination. Get out of my restaurant.
Unpopular opinion: chickens are about as close to starter pets as you're gonna get. Hold on, what's their argument here? There is no such thing as a starter pet or beginner pet. All animals deserve proper care, and looking for shortcuts around that is just wrong. That's not what that means, but okay. However, chickens are easy animals when compared to other options. They need a coop and a solid enclosure to keep them in and predators out. Their feed is incredibly cheap. Their nutritional needs are much easier to research and understand given how chicken feed isn't as commercialized as cat or dog food. Regular vet visits and vaccines aren't really a thing with chickens. Accidental injuries are always possible, but that's the case with all animals. Exercise and socialization aren't really needed. Chickens are flock animals. You generally want a minimum of 3. It doesn't take a lot to make them happy. Give them space, places to hide, places to perch, and maybe a few toys and treats. You can spend as much or as little time with your birds as you like. Their needs are very basic: food, fresh water, shelter, general cleaning. They can still be quite entertaining to watch with unique personalities, and you save a bit of money on your grocery bill when the hens are laying. I'm sorry, did
I
Locke
think
write this
OP
post?
I was just saying, I think OP just likes fucking chickens and is trying to shoehorn.
Top comment is just, a good starter pet is a plant.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they die easy though.
Yeah. Don't we all? Unpopular opinion, Free Guy is just the Emoji Movie done better. That doesn't...
That's probably true though.
That's the most damned by faint praise I've ever heard.
I agree, but also don't understand.
Yeah, it's one of those situations.
Yeah.
Should I watch Free Guy?
I think this guy is in reply to the other guy. I want to be baked into a loaf of bread when I passed away and then cremated.
I want to be baked into chili and fed to my funeral. Tear those asses up.
Yeah. Base South Park reference.
I know, right?
Yep.
No dead air on this show. Anyway, go ahead.
Unpopular opinion, masturbating to a picture of somebody's face is weird and creepy. I mean, I don't know. The face is part of the thing. I don't.
The face is part of
the
appeal.
I guess if you're saying just the face, I mean, maybe. I don't know. You do you.
I don't know. Like
I have no strong opinions about this.
It's whatever. You do you. I'm not gonna judge.
What's this? Okay, unpopular opinion. McDonald's box burger package is an inconvenience. Eating something with the box package in the car is extremely aggravating. Not only is your hand going to be all sticky, but lettuce and sauce comes off and you have one tiny box. Big Mac is impossible. You need gloves unless you want to touch your steering wheel all slimy. Carl's Jr. does it right by wrapping it and then putting it in a box.
Sure. Yeah, no, I agree, because, like, if you're talking about a Big Mac specifically, the biggest issue is that the lettuce gets fucking everywhere.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't realize. Yeah, McDonald's doesn't wrap much of their shit anymore.
Yeah, no, the only stuff they actually wrap are, like, the cheapest fucking burgers that they have in their menu, but, like, if you're getting the actual meal burgers, if you're getting stuff like, you know, the Quarter Pounder or the Big Mac, like, it comes in a box.
You know, I've been complaining about the Southern style chicken sandwich every other week for like 5 months now.
Don't talk to me about chicken sandwiches and lettuce, please.
I don't get lettuce on it.
She apologized.
You're right. She did apologize. I forgot about that. I no longer have the trauma.
Okay.
She apologized.
Okay, we're good.
Wow, curing trauma is easy.
For me, it is.
Yeah.
I just
Anyway,
need people to be kind to me.
Anyway, about the Southern style chicken sandwich. I first noticed something was wrong with the new Southern style chicken sandwich when it no longer comes in a box but a fucking little tiny
When it
paper
didn't say
bag, like-
imported from Alabama. How is this Southern?
But it used to come in a box, but now it doesn't come in a box. It comes in a shitty fucking slip bag like it's a cookie. I'm like,
oh, like those fucking the ones designed to like
Chick-fil-A
keep
thing.
it warm.
Yeah. It's the Chick-fil-A thing. Bullshit that they do.
Yeah. Man, the Southern style chicken sandwich used to be so much better, and now it's a fucking tiny little piece of shit that's still $4.50 for some reason. Fucking I don't like it.
I hate it.
No, and I'm gonna bring it up every other week because I'm so tired. Bring back hashtag thicken the chicken. Let's see here.
I agree with that.
You agree with that for different reasons.
I knew he would. I told the first time I said it. I knew he would agree. Unpopular opinion: if an adult catches a foul ball, they don't have to give the kid the ball. Somebody just caught a foul ball and got chewed out by a Karen and just wanted Reddit's validation. I agree.
Sure.
It's just I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, it would be nice if you did, but I'm not gonna hold it against you if you don't.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a ball.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. Dark humor is funny. The problem is people trying to tell them are not.
Depends on the person.
Yeah, very, very subjective.
Yeah, it's a case-by-case basis.
Yeah. Unpopular opinion. Spending over $1,000 on a premium smartphone is worth it? Sorry, hold on. What?
What?
What? Let's no, I don't like this one.
Okay, bad.
Unpopular opinion: headbands on babies look ridiculous. Yeah, I mean they're not really sized for babies, so I mean, yeah. I mean it makes sense. I don't know. I haven't really seen.
I don't know why. I
headband.
don't know where you were. I want to know what made
Yeah.
made this guy so angry that he started posting.
You just saw a baby with a headband. I was like, that's so fucking stupid. I'm gonna complain on Reddit.com.
Right. Like, give your balls a tug. Who the fuck cares?
Headbands on babies look ridiculous. They don't look cute, especially the ones with the big bows or big flowers. They look ridiculous. I don't understand when people put them on their babies unless there's some kind of physical or medical benefit, which I can't find any. I think it looks so silly whenever I see it. That's all. How many babies are you around where this is a frequent problem in your life? Unpopular opinion, gyms don't need music playing 24/7. I agree, because everyone's playing their own fucking music anyway.
Yeah, like, yeah. Gyms don't need to be playing music.
No.
Also, apparently Planet Fitness needs to rework the sensitivity on its lunk alarm, because apparently
God, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. Yep. Unpopular opinion, Peacock is the best streaming service. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Plant. Although I will say it was bold. It was bold of Peacock to hire a user cat anus sniffer for this plant. I'm not making that up. That's real. Very, very bold choice. And I think we're gonna go out on that.
Oh my god!
Did you have something you wanted to mention before the end of the show? Sarah?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Nah, forget it. We'll get it next time.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you for listening to the Bakagaijin Show. Subscribe if you want to see more of this. You can join our official Discord in the link provided below. You can email us with your questions, comments, concerns, topic suggestions, and all other manner of bullshittery at bakagaijinshow@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at ZFreak, at CCharmanderK, and at Cedranor. We've been the Bakagaijin Show. I hope you've had a great time. Zeke Freak out. Ciao for now.
They tell me that I'm never gonna make it. They want me to do something that could make sense. They hate when I keep dreaming I'll be famous, but I don't give a fuck, I'ma keep chasing. I got all this potential that's deep inside of me, but they hate when you're successful cause they try to be. They sit there being judgmental because you're trying things, and they just want you to settle and do the right thing. So get a good job, don't slack off. Wake up every morning, make a good impression on your boss. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, and when you're making money, make sure you don't spend it too soon. Fuck that, I'll do what I wanna do. I got a different path from everyone, and that includes you.